Okay, I'm told that we're just restarting now. So, hello, we've restarted. And it is good to have you all as we have restarted. And I'm not going to go through the whole spiel again in the beginning. You guys know the drill. YouTube, follows, giveaways over here, and cheer your bits to affect the show. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for being here. We love having you and this amazing story that we are telling and inviting you into. So, as we move forward with the story, we are going to do our recap. And we begin with the Shades, a group of adventurers who have come together several months before and are on a quest to address the genesis of the storm that has emerged that is threatening to envelop the land. There is a almost sort of nuclear fallout as the soot falls from the sky, coating the land further north you go, turning the weather cold, and so there is urgency to their quest. They have made their way to the port city of Serloon, trying to find different threads that might lead them to the source of this storm. And so they are tracking down a captain named Tooth, who seemingly has information that will lead them to the source. And they have been mixing up their kind of battling different contingents of the seeming mastermind of Serloon named the Lady, who has her hands in some shady organizations all throughout the city, and even Knowles, who she seems to have some sway with, as they just encountered a large battalion of Knowles who had taken over a fort and who were torturing and who were devouring various prisoners. As the Shades engaged the fort, they were able to draw out some of the Knowles, ambush them in surprise, and then as they were able to sneak into the fort, Killian, the druid, was able to set free a troll that caused a ruckus within the walls that gave the Shades the opportunity to spring a further trap, igniting a fireball and rushing in from the rear of the fort, and ultimately slaying many of the Knowles in the fort. Some did escape. However, one was subdued by Oliver, who used a suggestion spell to keep the Gnoll at bay, waiting for Oliver to answer a question, or to ask a question, at which time the spell would end. And meanwhile, the rest of the team have rescued the prisoners that were there, including a tabaxi, which assisted them during the battle, a sailor who very much looks like a captain or first mate of a ship, several farm hands and the like, as well as a dwarf and a human chained together. The dwarf bound, gagged, and blindfolded, and still remaining in the pit. They have not been removed. And so, as the smell of blood fills your nostrils, and the corpses of the Knowles litter the fort, the sound of battle draws to a close as the remaining Knowles flee, and the hyena-faced Gnoll that has slobber dripping down its maw and its eyes kind of glazed over with a blank stare looks at you, Oliver, waiting with its head cocked, kind of hoping that you will ask your question. As Shades, the curtain opens and the show is yours.
I got my ass kicked.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Real good.
Fortunately, I know that a bruised ass heals very quickly. But
You have
maybe
ass
not
treatment?
yours.
Well, how do you know that?
Well, when you fight a lot in a monastery and people kind of get kicked into walls or fall on their ass, you tend to sustain injuries there.
Now, I've been meaning to ask you this. Do they, like, specifically aim for your ass?
No, it's just...
It's meaty? Like,
It's just... Well, my teacher did have a saying that was near and dear to him, and he would say this to all the new trainees, and that was something... Let me remember. It was something along the lines of, your ass is grass and I'm gonna mow it. But
oh, jeez.
that was usually for the beginners class, and then they quickly got used to
Oh,
it.
that's beginners?
Yeah.
He sounds really encouraging. Maybe we can meet him one day.
I do not think that you would all enjoy
What was his
it.
name? Like, Professor Blood or something? Sounds terrible.
That is what we all called him in secret,
Oh, jeez.
surprisingly. How did you know?
Ray is kind of walking around. She has the hand of the little boy and his mother. She's kind of keeping them close. They have horrified expressions on their face as they see all of the gnolls around them. And you watch as the mother kind of is looking around, clearly looking for something, and then kind of sees the half-eaten corpse on one of the tables and just begins sobbing as she just kind of under her breath is just oh, Callan, not you too, Callan, as she's just sobbing over the loss of seemingly one of her children.
JB is uninterested in the people. He wants to know what they were doing here, so he's going to be searching around.
June sees them crying, or her crying inconsolably, and remembers her lessons on grief counseling, and she's gonna go over and do this to the woman. There. There.
She doesn't
Yeah,
doesn't even flinch. She's just continuing to sob as the little boy is just clearly in shock.
June looks to the other members like, I got nothing.
I'll say,
Steps back.
Oliver, can you please calm this lady down?
No.
Oh,
I can't, because this is concentration, and if I concentrate on that, then we lose him. So,
Meanwhile, Morthos is now flanking him, the remaining gnoll, with his echo and himself. Do we want to ask him anything?
we do. What I would like to do is tie him up, because I was standing right next to him.
It's kind of looking at you, Oliver.
Ask him something for me. Ask him hand crossbow or regular crossbow. What would he prefer?
Tie him up first. And then I could help calm her down. Yeah.
June takes the rope that she has in her pack that she's been carrying and just never talked about, and gives it to Oliver.
I guess I do know how to tie a sailor's knot, so,
And say, I will make sure he don't move. You can tie his
actually, I
hands.
need you to turn him over.
Turn him
Well, I
over.
gotta bind his hands to his feet
Isn't that
from
just
behind.
turn him around?
I guess I will attempt to grapple him.
Okay, go ahead and roll your athletics check.
Shouldn't we get ready to do that?
Would you like me to use one of my disadvantages? I believe you have one left.
Well, does he have
Alright.
advantage because he's calm?
Yeah, I would say I rolled a 21.
Oh.
He kills more than us.
He rolled a 10.
nice try though. Nice try.
Good. He's is he on his stomach now? Yeah, it looks like he's good. So I need you to grab his hands, put them behind his back.
All right.
Good job. And now I boop 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 boop.
You tie him up. As you're doing this, Ray has kind of taken the little boy and the mom and kind of put them in the shed where the troll was and kind of closed the door so they don't have to see everything. And she goes and takes the body of the little boy that was half-eaten and kind of goes and begins to dig a hole that she can bury him in to lay him to rest.
All right. You ask him questions, because now he's not going anywhere. And
Well- Well, first of all, did we find the captain?
question.
No.
So, when I was talking to some of the the good people, and not by talking, I kind of, I was talking to them, and they said that the captain had, that sailor guy there, he said that the captain had been taken off at some point, so he's not in the pits.
Time out. What?
Yep, he's not here.
So, like,
Oh, well, I thought he might be in that building over there.
the one we haven't searched yet?
Yeah, that one. I thought maybe there. If not there, then maybe we should talk to the sailor. Maybe he saw something, or maybe this
So they're saying
our friend over
they
there
took
might
him
know.
away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna speak in Abyssal to the Knoll and basically ask him. There was a sailor here. Someone took him away. Where did you guys take him? Where did he go?
The Knoll, in a kind of empty stare, turns to you. Goes, I don't know.
What'd he say?
He said he doesn't know.
Do you believe him?
No.
Let me look him in the eye. Turn him over.
Well,
No,
I'll say
turn him over.
With that, Morthos takes both of his hidden blades out and kind of right across his neck and says, I will ask you the one last time. Your life means nothing to me. Where did they take him?
Roll an intimidation check.
I'm helping.
How are you helping?
I told him to roll him over.
By peeing in my pants.
Yeah, June's cracking her fist behind
Does not count.
Morthos.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Technically, my fists are still bloody from when I beat the crap out of the other gnolls, correct?
Are you attempting to intimidate him?
I'm adding a scenic backdrop of intimidation behind him, if that helps.
How about we all just intimidate?
Can we-
I rolled a 13.
I'm smiling at him.
You can roll with advantage.
All right.
Yes.
I've got a hand crossbow and my regular crossbow pointed.
I'm not anywhere near there.
Well, that was worse. That was a 10. So
Okay.
13 it is.
So he looks at you, his eyes kind of squint a little bit, taking you in. He looks like he's listening more intently to you. And then he says, in Abyssal, the wizard took him. The spellcasters. I don't know where.
Which direction did they head?
His arms and legs
Just
being
look-
hogtied, he just kind of looks in the direction of the exit of the front gate.
All right, so we know he came in, and then he left through the only entrance and exit that exists in this fort. That's something.
Yes, he says.
Not much, though.
He says the wizard casters took him away out the front gate.
I did not.
Well, I don't believe you're of their kind. I believe he meant one of theirs.
That was a joke. Nobody ever gets my jokes.
I don't. I do not know
She
how much
laughs at
help
that.
you will be.
Okay.
But, however,
You snide dog.
and he looks at him again. How many left?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. 8, 5, 2, 3. You roll an insight check.
Yeah,
You learn that he's
16.
a dumb.
He has no idea.
You get the sense that not only does he not know how many there were, but he probably doesn't know how to count to 5.
Nice.
I have a feeling this one will not be any more help.
All right, let me
Ray,
But do I
release
find
him.
anything on the people
Release
around or
him.
the rooms?
No,
throw
I mean,
him in the damn pit.
no, I don't care about that. I mean, like, mentally.
Oh, yes.
Get help our interrogate.
You're free.
You release your concentration.
Off of him, yeah.
Okay. He shakes his head for a moment. His eyes kind of regain some clarity. He looks at you and he looks at you and he just is continuing to lay there.
All right, do what you will. I'm going to go talk to Ketcha, see if she knows anything.
I'd like to, Ray, can you bring over the boy and his mother, and maybe we can talk as with the prisoners. Maybe they saw something or know something about.
I don't know. She's really sad right now, and I think it might be best if we just let her just have some time alone. And I don't know, I just think that we shouldn't press too hard with her.
Okay, well, maybe it's best then I go by myself and I go see her.
Sure, you're a nice guy and you're always good and calm and you do a really good job with saying nice things, and I'm just gonna keep digging this hole over here.
Okay, sounds good. You're doing a great job, Ray. And then so I'll go and talk to. I'm just gonna kind of make my way through the prisoners, but I'm gonna go talk to the woman first, knowing that.
Okay, so you approach the woman, and she is there. Her head is down in her hands as she just kind of quietly, you see her shoulders kind of rocking as she's just sobbing quietly to herself. Her little boy is sitting in the dirt next to her with a shell-shocked look on his face. And as you go to open the door, he immediately is just startled at the sound of the door opening as he looks up at you wide-eyed, and the mother doesn't move at all.
So I on the way there, I'll cast Good Berry. So I'll have 10 Good Berries with me.
Okay, you have 10 good berries.
And I've picked up the golden.
You picked up your lions that you utilized. Very good.
Excuse me, miss. Do you mind if I have a moment of your time?
Why can't you leave me be?
I brought this berry here. It should help restore some of your strength. And you see, and I turned to the boy. I said, "Hi there, little man. You see this little lion? Would you like to play with it for a little while? This is Happy. Here's a berry for you to eat. I bet you're pretty hungry."
Doesn't say anything. He just looks at the lion and...
Better get that back.
It's neat.
Oh yeah, it's very special to me. So I'm gonna talk to your mom if you want to play with that for a little bit.
What's his name?
It's Happy.
Happy.
Mm-hmm. That one's Happy and this one's Accident. They're a happy accident.
That's a dumb name.
Well, I like to say that there's no mistakes in this world, but we just make little happy accidents, and they can be corrected or used in any way we want.
They ate my dad.
Well, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't say that.
And my brother.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that.
And my sister. Are they gonna eat me?
Well, I've got good news there. That they won't be eating you, since we, as you've seen, defeated them. They've ran away from us.
Will you protect us?
Well, while we're with you, we'll do our best, and we're going to turn this fort back over to the good gods, and they will also do their best while they're here.
Okay. He kind of holds the lion and just kind of like rubbing it in his hands, and he's just trying to make sense of the devastation around him.
Miss, what was your name again?
Sally.
Sally?
Sally Hedrith.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Miss Sally. My name is Killian. I just wanted to maybe see if you had any information about where these beasts might have come from, or where they're going, if they have any other outposts nearby, or how you even came here.
You can see she tries to like collect herself because she knows that you're trying to help. She kind of looks up at you for the first time, and you just see the deep kind of bags under her eyes that are... She looks gaunt, and she looks at you, and they came in the night. They were sleeping. They just took us. They just brought us here. My husband tried to defend us, but he's just a farmer, and he killed him first. I tried to protect the kids. Couldn't. sorry.
It's okay. I'm sure you did your best, and your husband sounds like a very brave man, and I'm sure he did his best too. These are very foul creatures, and I'm so sorry for your loss. How far away was your farm from here?
Farm is supposed to protect us. We provide them food, and they're supposed to protect us. It's about 4 miles from here down the road, on the way to the colony. What are we gonna do? Can't go back there.
Well,
We have to go somewhere safe. Can you get us somewhere safe?
well, I'll talk to the guard, and maybe you can stay here for
The
a
guards
while.
were useless.
Well, they'll soon get reinforcements and refortify this fort. If you are, I'll have to talk with my companions. Maybe we can, you can travel with us a little bit. But we might be heading into more danger, and I would
She-
rather not.
Puts her arms around her son and kind of pulls him in, and just kind of gives him a hug and just holds him. Please help us.
We'll do our best. You hold on to that little line for now. I'll have something else for you in a little bit, little buddy. Thank you for your time, miss. Eat that berry. It'll help warm your spirits a little bit.
She reaches up and takes the berry and kind of nibbles at it and then eats the rest of it.
Cool beans. So I'll go out, and on the way back, hey Ray, the little man in there, he seems to be quite fond of my lion, and of course we'll need that back. I'm wondering if you could carve a couple of lions and maybe some other animals for him to have as toys in exchange, so he's not without.
I have a bear here I've been working on, and I guess I could. It wouldn't be very good. I don't have a lot of time, but I could start working on a lion. I have this body's almost buried. Do you think she'll want to say goodbye, or should I just cover him?
You can go in and ask her very nicely, but I would say just if she seems to be okay with you just burying it, I think that's probably okay. He's pretty mangled up.
Okay. But do you think you can come with me? I'm not really comfortable talking to her by myself about her dead son.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go back in there.
Okay. Ma'am, I've dug a grave for your little boy, and do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, that's good. Miss, she just wants to know if you want to have a moment by the grave before.
Yeah, please. She kind of stands up and almost wills herself to just kind of follow, and almost like a zombie kind of saunters over and looks at the shallow grave that has been dug, and there's but slight recognition of the face, and she just immediately starts crying again, and she says, "I hope to see you again one day, Beston. Thank you." And she kind of looks over at Ray as Ray kind of takes her shovel and covers over his face and kind of packs the dirt down. And she looks back at you and just, maybe we should start burning some of the rest of these bodies, the gnolls. I'll get to work on that. And she just kind of starts piling the gnolls up outside the fort, and you can tell as she's going, like, the anger is just like roiling within her over these bloodthirsty gnolls that have caused so much damage and hurt. JB,
Yo.
you were kind of exploring the buildings. What were you doing?
Yeah, so a few of them looked more important and probably had more clothes and pockets. And then there are tables that don't have dead bodies on it, and maybe some chests. Just trying to find information and items and whatnot.
So go ahead and roll a investigation check as you're specifically looking for like nooks and crannies and unique, maybe hidden areas.
Right before I do that, I will bless myself with some exceptional wit.
Very good.
21.
So as you go around, you first go to the large pack leaders that you guys took care of. Some escaped, but you were able to take care of at least 2 of them. And they had some larger coin purses on them. Many of the mook knolls that Ray is now going through, they had either makeshift weapons or weapons from the guards that they slew that were in the fort. And so you do find several short swords and long swords and maces and bows and things like that, which if you cared to try to appropriate and sell, you might be able to do so. There are also several broken pieces of armor, and you could cobble together some leather armor and maybe some chainmail armor from the bodies of the dead soldiers, which have been kind of discarded into the stable area. You go into the main area of the fort itself where the barracks were, and it's just completely tossed. And you don't really find anything of great value. However, you do find one in a wall, a kind of a faux stone that you pull back the kind of the faux stone, and you find a safe that is locked.
Is it removable?
It is like basically mortared into the wall.
Gotcha. Well, is it locked like with a key?
There does seem to be a combination lock on it.
You think that I could investigate the lock and solve a combination?
Sure, go for it.
I'm not gonna pick it. I got a negative. Oh, no, no. Let's see here. DC of about 40. 25.
You fiddle with it a bit, and as you turn it over,
I blow.
you
JB's like, I got it.
you do get the sense that there's some as you kind of run your fingers over it, there's some low spots that have been turned to quite often. And so you kind of get the sense that, like, okay, 37, 3,
I should have studied locks
42,
more as a youngin.
but you don't quite know what the combination is. But you're able to discern some of the low worn spots, just not the order that. Maybe if you spent more time with it, several more hours, you might be able to get it. But
No, JB knows who to go to.
Yep.
So after searching all the bodies, we'll come through and Morthos.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Morthos,
JB?
I have heard you're quite gifted with the hands. And
Yes, I am. In
No,
more ways
no
than
more,
one.
no Morthos. I say I need your help with a lock. I've got some of the numbers down, but I just can't seem to figure out how these contraptions work.
Well, that's good if they're correct then.
I agree. It's right around here in a hidden passage, in a hidden little area in the wall I found. Clever little
Wow,
fort,
I am
if you
quite
ask me.
impressed, yes.
as
Well
you've come out and you've expressed this, the the male wood elf in the armor that you guys saved, that got the axe and took out the gnoll that had fallen in the pit. He kind of walks up and he says, "Oh yes, you must have found the safe. It's a good bit of sleuthing. The fort was also a bit of a makeshift bank, if you will, for passers-by. It's where we kept our reserve of gold."
Shit. Probably shouldn't have told you while everyone was around, but, so, sir, I doubt this place is safe to keep all of this currently, so wherever we're traveling to, should probably collect everything here and bring it with you.
Roll a persuasion check.
Five.
He's deeply moved.
I mean, I'm pretty sure those wizard gnolls know exactly where this place is, and so you're gonna have to set up fort somewhere else.
I quite agree with you. I don't know the combination. It was only the captain who did.
I know the combination. I just can't figure out how to put them in the right order. I think I know it.
I'm going to attempt to then correct it.
If that's all right with you, we don't want to cause no harm, but I don't think it's wise to leave your belongings behind in a place of death and devastation. I know you didn't believe me before, but perhaps this time you may.
I'll tell you what, you can open it, and I'll take half and you take half. And then we forget anything ever happened.
Deal.
Can I insight if he is actually from this fort? Or if he's just a crook?
Sure.
What? Is it just them around?
I'm not there.
He fits the description.
So, are there any dead bodies of the guards laying around?
Oh yeah, there's
Fort?
they're mostly all
60,
bone
40.
Yeah.
and
Are there clothes left?
inside, yeah.
June?
In the stable, and several of the clothing in the stable has the same crest on it that the guard has as well.
Well, June thinks that this fort seemed, if it was taken over by gnolls, it could not have been the most well-defended place. And she would actually like to check the pockets of the clothes that are left and see if anybody wrote down the combination for the safe. Since it's very casual, it seemed the fort
Okay,
didn't
roll an
expect
investigation check.
anything.
Did you roll to pick the?
I did.
What'd you roll?
I critted.
Which is like what, 48?
No, it's only 28.
Oh, only 28.
Not a rogue anymore.
Not a rogue
15.
anymore. Yeah.
Through the assistance of JB telling you the different lock numbers, you're able to kind of trip a couple of the tumblers and then with your tools force the rest, and it opens up, and inside is a large bag of gold as well as several smaller bags. All in all, between all of the gold that you found together, you found there's 1,540
Platinum.
gold total, in several different currency denominations, but it is he said,
Does Morthos feel like he could sleight of hand one of the smaller bags?
go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
19.
I say it doesn't look like there's much in there, sir. As I try to distract him.
Do you want me to roll with disadvantage?
Nope.
No.
More just can get caught.
Just checking. I rolled a 2.
You play
100.
mind games and I don't like it. Is June, while this is going on, still looking for a combination in pants pockets?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what
Okay.
you said you were doing.
Yeah, nobody
You
told
rolled
me.
a 15,
Yeah.
and it seems that the bodies of those eaten have all been investigated by the gnolls previously.
You
gone
should check the entrails of the ones that eaten them.
So you
because
are able
they-
to grab one of the bags, which represents
That was the marked gold.
about 300 gold.
300? All right.
Yep. So there's 1,240 gold left.
All right.
About 100 of which you found on the 2 Knoll pack leaders. So there's about 1,140 gold that he would then
So I
seek
give him
to split.
570.
Okay, so he takes it, and you take 570.
So I have 870.
Okay, you have 870. He has 570, and he looks at you and he says, no doubt you're wondering why I'm taking this.
Honestly, I don't care.
Well, I'm glad. I have only by some stroke of fate survived this, and I'm not going to risk my neck again. I'm going to go back to Serloon, and well, with this I can start my life over, and well, perhaps our paths will cross there.
What's his name?
You don't object, do you? Any of you?
I see.
I don't know where we're at.
Where are you originally from, sir? Not Saloon.
No, I was actually
Read a backstory real quick.
Did you mention the guy's name?
It's actually a taco vendor.
Did not. It's from the woods north of here.
It's a weird location.
It's really a village. Well, not really. A city. Which I will certainly sail back to as soon as I find the name of it. What was it called? What was it called?
Dip of the tongue.
Where did I live?
You know, it's been a while.
The trauma.
I'm trying to think exactly what it was called.
I mean, that's nothing.
Short-term memory loss is not
You
uncommon.
know,
in
it's
situations
been
like
under a
this.
lot of stress lately, and
I mean, we
It
have a
is
guy that
certainly
doesn't even know
affecting
who
me.
he is.
Dragonborns.
Who's that?
Yeah,
download, you bastard.
You're from Download, you bastard?
No, I'm sorry.
is
I'm
download?
talking internal monologue.
1011100000001.
So while he's looking it up, June is actually going to look at the javelin that she has been carrying around all this time.
Yep.
And distinctly remember how it exploded into a lightning bolt when it was thrown at her. Very shockingly, pun intended.
Boot.
And she and she remembers that the gnoll shouted something, but now that the battle's calmed down, she's just gonna try and think through and remember if she caught anything clearly enough.
Okay.
Barishnikov.
He kind of looks up. Ah, yes, of course. From Corman Thor Woods.
Oh,
Naturally. And the... well, my people hail from hills far. And we, of course, are elves who oversee the area there, and the last remnants of the great Corman-Thea Empire, which was devastated in the Netherese War several hundred years ago. So, having some centuries left in my life, perhaps I will retreat there one day, I don't know. But I know for now, my path leads me to Serloon.
Why did you end up working here at the fort?
Well, they paid well. I was Castellan, second in command, and, well, we never dealt with anything like this.
Maybe you have some information. We were looking for someone in particular.
I, of course, am happy to assist.
Yes, I believe he calls himself Cook,
It's Tooth.
Captain
Hook?
Tooth.
Jaw, Captain Tooth.
There were some sailors who came through the area. One of them is over there. There was another, had a fancier hat, if I recall. And,
I believe that's a true mark of a captain.
and the boots.
Oh, yeah, and boots.
a tiefling fellow. I don't yes, he was in fact. They were both here when we came under attack, and I was imprisoned with this fellow here. I believe his name is Casper, and the captain, or the other higher ranking sort, he did refer to him as captain. was in another one of the prison pits, and I did not see. I do know that he was taken.
I just wanted to make sure he wasn't a part of this fiasco, and he was in fact a prisoner as well.
Oh no, he was here when we were attacked. He tried to assist us, but they were too powerful and overwhelmed us. He had a bit of magic to him, but it was not enough to overcome theirs.
Might I ask a quick question?
You might, fellow woodsman.
You say you're second in command, right? Here
Yes.
at this fort?
I was the Castellan, yes.
And this town was just brutally ravaged.
This fort, yes, was
This
brutally
fort.
ravaged, yes.
And the woman in there crying lost her husband and has no source of income. And here we are, stealing the fortune for ourselves.
I mean, you're free to give your half, certainly.
Or you could give your half, and we give our half to contribute to her. That is what leadership would entail, Mr. Second in Command. Or is that a first in command thing?
Roll a persuasion check.
Against Morthos, too.
Yeah, all it's against him too. 3.
Sounded dumb to me too, so.
He looks at you. My friend, what is your name?
Rubius Thornbury.
Where are you? That's not Elvish.
We don't.
Anyway,
I don't know where I'm from. Much like you, it seems.
touche. Well,
I just don't want to see her.
do appreciate. I do appreciate the sentiment. I do. And forgive my selfishness, but I'm gonna look out for myself on this one. Besides, she's just a human.
Morthos, I'd like my share, please.
I give you 120.
I go and take it to the woman and I give it to her. I leave.
The other 100 is.
I'm gonna go be more decent than all of you. I'm ashamed. You know what?
I'm not even here. What are you talking about?
You can call yourselves the Hades. Because I'm out.
June walks over to the woman as well.
You
and-
monsters!
And pulls out of her pack that gold nugget that she's been carrying around all this time that we took off of the end.
Mhm.
And
bid you good day.
he's still talking in the background, but as he's still talking, June takes her hand and then puts the gold nugget in it, and then doesn't know what to say and goes, and then walks away.
I say, Rubius. Go ahead.
She
Didn't want to walk
takes
away.
the nugget, kind of looks up and shakes her head in thanks, and she has the pouch of 120 gold, and she, as you walk away, she says, wait. Are you gonna protect us?
With my life.
Financially.
As JB calls to you,
Rubius, I simply don't understand where your head's at right
We
now.
are
I don't know where your head was
we
at
are
last week,
supposed to
and I
be-
don't know where your head will be in 2 days.
We must think of the greater good. These people need help. And we're robbing from them. It's not a Shades thing to do.
Rubius. I say, Rubius, are we not attempting to save the entire world from a rainbow of sparkles in the desert?
What good is it to save the world if we lose our souls?
I don't care about my soul. My mind is perfectly fine to
I have the
walk
feeling
me
that
down
I
the
was
street.
a bad person before.
Yes,
And now it's
we
too late
all
to be
feel
good
that
now.
way. We all feel that way about you. Now listen, we can support these people by leading them to safety and informing the leaders in the city of refugees in town, and they will take care of them finally. And we can pay for some meals. However, we have expenditures. I, personally, am looking to re-up my supply of cream and biscotti, and so we do need some flour, and it's some supplies.
If I hadn't said anything, not a cent would have gone to her. Not a cent! Disappointing.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Rubius is being pretentious here and attempting
Is that
to.
how we spell good nowadays? Mr. Evil.
What did he do, Rubius?
Daddy is not sharing the pie.
What pie? I don't even know about. What are we talking about?
We
Well,
have
Ray.
found some leftover gold in this facility,
Oh, that's good.
and the former guards here have taken some and is going to head off, and the rest of it was going to resupply us for our future trips, and we were going to set the rescuees in place in town, of course, in safety, for refugee care. Most likely we were going to afford them a yearly wage of 2 gold like normal people in town that don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for supplies. And so... But he's acting all pretentious like he's never done a poor thing in his life. Just because you have an internal battle thinking that you need to make up for your past wrongdoings does not mean that you need to stamp that bullshit upon us. Thank you and have a great day.
I don't like
I walk
your
away.
tone.
With my fingers in my ears.
La 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 la. Ray looks at you, Rubius. I don't understand all the words he used. I don't really know what pretentious is. I mean, my mom used to tell me that I was obnoxious sometimes, but I think that's different than pretentious. And Uncle Saul, he used to tell me that I was annoying sometimes. And
Listen, Ray. Listen to me. It is our duty to do good where we need it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are.
We are not in this to get rich.
I know.
We are in this to help.
If I
We are
can,
helping. We just saved him.
In every way we can.
if I can interject,
We did.
Her husband is dead! No source of income!
Rubius, I think some of this has been
Clearly it is.
addressed. I have promised her that we would take her back to the city, and the city does have
So she can be a beggar on the streets.
no,
Light bulb.
the JB has said that there's refugee programs, and even with the donation that you have given her, she can very much set herself up for a good life. But also, I think you must understand is this is your first time adventuring. In order for us to do any good, we must have what we need in order to do it, and some money does help with that. And you know me, I don't have much and I give away a lot, but none of us are good without food or strength or the ability to fight, and your weapons will get dull and you will need new ones, and you'll need no arrows for your crossbows, and all of that cost as well. So I think your heart is in a good place, and your mind is right, but maybe a little grace to JB, as he is a very logical person, and understanding what is needed for us to continue on.
You're talking to a man
as I look
who
at the
spent
lady-
200 gold on watches.
As I look at the lady, does she look like is she a normally good-looking person?
Yeah,
Or does
she's
she does she have leprosy or something?
No, she's probably. Obviously, she's not in her best state.
Well, I
her-
prestidigitate her just to check her out.
Oh my goodness.
Her hair is unkempt and kind of in a very hasty ponytail, with her kind of the bangs just kind of disheveled down. But she has an above average appearance.
I say,
She
what
had
about this, Rubius?
blue eyes? There's kind of blood-stained, smattered clothes, and she is listening to this conversation, and she looks at you, looking at her, and she kind of reacts to the magic, and she kind of shakes her head in thanks, and she looks at you, Ruby, says, I do appreciate so much what you've done for us, and well, the only thing that we have left is the farm, and well, I can't run it, and my son is too young to do anything, and so I was hoping if we got back to Serloon, maybe we could sell it. And so if you could help us sell the farm, that should be able to take care of us for a long, long time. It was in my husband's family for several generations. And be horrible memories there anyway.
Not only that, but you made an acquaintance with a business owner in town, did you not?
Ooh.
The fish store.
salmon
Remember the
lady.
salmon lady?
How could I forget?
I propose that perhaps you set her up with that lady of the night and see if she has employment opportunities.
Oliver comes running from around the corner after hearing that and goes, we know someone at the Blue Cow Inn too. She could probably serve something other than fish. Alright, I'm going back to talk to Catcher.
It's just that if you want me to be transparent,
I do not.
He looks at the woman. You remind me of someone that I know. I can't place who you are, but you just remind me of someone. And my subconscious is telling me to help you. So take that gold and do good with it. May it bless your family. And I'm not saying we give away our gold. I'm just saying we
Yes,
should be
that is
thinking of
precisely
giving a
what you said.
fraction of it away.
Precisely what
to
you
help
said
people
was
when we
all
can.
of that gold.
No, I said half of it.
Can you please not argue?
I
don't want
have a
to
keen mind, and I
scare-
recall you saying all the gold from him and from us.
I said
scaring-
half of it.
We don't care
scaring
about
my
children.
son.
Yeah, sorry.
I believe your
Okay,
son has been scared enough
Please.
by monsters. This world is full of
We will leave you to be
demons and devils and dragons. You do not need to be afraid of us, I can assure you of that.
You're scaring me.
You should be scared. There are bad things around, as you have seen.
She
for the
turns
past
her
few
back
days.
to you and walks away.
J-
I don't understand what's going
You
on.
might have the tactics, but you have no tact.
I believe that is what tactics.
Was that the
Okay.
little kid that just walked away?
Anyway.
Or
The mom walked away with the boy.
June is going to shake her head at
Roots of
JB
words,
and
it doesn't
go
matter.
and walk after them, and she's going to pull the dagger that she picked up way long ago, and take it out and hold it in front of the little boy.
Are you gonna stab
Little boy,
him?
right? No.
To the little boy.
And
After I just told him monsters and demons
no,
were gonna
well,
kill him.
if you all shut up, I would get to it. She holds the dagger in front of him, and she goes, I know you're scared, and I know there's great evil in this world, and I know a lot of the time it feels like there's nothing you can do against it. But in those times, it's very important to remember to stab things with the pointy end and keep yourself safe. And she's going to wrap his hand around the hilt of this dagger and say, when we take you back to the farm, I'll show you a few moves with this, and you can protect your mom. You don't... She's going to realize she was about to say you don't have a father anymore, and she's going to tactfully change it to, you're the man of the house now, and it's up to you to keep you and your mom safe.
He hands you the lion, the golden lion, and he takes the dagger and he just kind of holds it and looks at it.
Now you be careful with that. I just said the end of it is very pointy, so you only stick that into people who deserve death.
He looks over at JB.
Well, for instance, if you wanted to become a person of the woods, you may choose a favored enemy like beasts like gnolls, and so that might be a good choice for you at level 1 or 3.
And the only reason
That
I
as
didn't
well.
see it is 'cause I'm trying to talk to the elf.
June takes the line back and gives it.
Clinton Hedrith is now officially a candidate for the future character. 20 years from now.
Yes! And then June takes
name's
the line.
Clinton?
And June looks at Killian with like a look of disappointment. And just throws you the line back and just walks away to keep watch
I like that.
on the fringes of the forest.
Okay. As this is going on, Oliver, in the midst of...
Just comes back from around the corner.
Yep.
All cheerful.
Catches there and she says, this one does not understand your people that you are with.
Listen, if I'm being honest, I have no freaking clue what just happened there. I think we just tried to sell someone into sex slavery. as a way out of poverty. I'm not really sure.
It's not. It's a career path. Come on.
So,
Medieval times, baby.
Caddy, you know, it's good to see you.
Good job.
This one is pleased to be seen by you. Did you find anything around here of significance to you?
Oh, I found you, but no, I have not found my coin yet.
Significance to your quest?
Well, yeah, you should be more specific next time. No, I have not found my coin yet. But I did run into a really old lady who had a magical cat that spoke in my head and swiped at me, and now I can call down my thunder cats, I'm sure you saw.
Yes, this one was quite impressed.
It's pretty sweet.
Yes, this one does not even know this spell, and is, frankly, slightly jealous.
Yeah.
Tell me of this lady.
She was little. She was old. She had a cat. And watches galore. Wait until her second offering of watches. Her first one's not so much. Second offering, much better. Yeah.
Did this
There's a cat's meow.
Did this lady have a name?
But, did the lady have their name? But, did she have a name? Yeah. What happened? He fell asleep. Yeah. Her name was Camilla. Camilla, the watchmaker.
Camilla.
Yeah. She's from Baldur's Gate, I believe, she said. And she had this, like, little pixie bob. Like the pixie bobs are called. Yeah.
Interesting.
You know her?
What do you know of the faith of our people?
I swallowed my spit wrong.
No, it's just a hairball. Perfect
Yep. Sorry. Yeah, you know how that happens. I was cleaning myself the other day. So, I mean, outside of what we're all told, we were... And he pulls out his... Thank you, Bart. He pulls out his ivory crest, and he starts walking down the hieroglyphics on it. And
June
Bart's-
hears this and walks over quickly to hear what they're saying.
You know, we were good people. We elected a leader. Leader went bad. We were sold into slavery. We got out, and here we are. You know, the
Right.
regular.
This is the story of our people. What do you know of the faith of our people? As you know, the Platinums, of which I am one,
Oh, yeah.
are the keepers of the faith. And it seems to me that your
Moving
quest
faster.
is one that is not just of finding your coin and telling the story of the ivories, but requires faith. You see, the one you were visited by was, in fact, Catlord.
But... Tama, nah, like, Mr. Killian said he... What? That, no, but, do you hear this?
When was the last time you read the scriptures that you were given upon your departure?
Read. Yeah, I know, it's pretty funny. Well, you can't read. You don't have eyes. I do. Anyway, I mean, we're an oral history, you know? Like, we tell stories.
Start in the book of the beginnings.
Book of the Beginnings. Where would I... Nah, I know this, but...
It's the first book in the scriptures.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good. Did you know that? Why didn't you say something? Alright.
Anyway, there is an item that I think you'll be interested to find, which is why I'm here.
It's my ivory coin.
No.
Ah.
It is... a foil to the crest of the ivories.
Like... You know the people that work in the mines, and they sometimes bring up tin, and then my parents buy it to keep things warm because they can like press it out real small. Like, is it a tin foil?
No, it is not a metal.
Is this a literary device?
It is an opposite.
So yes.
It is a dark complement. It
Okay.
is onyx in nature.
So not ivory, onyx.
Yes, and it was wielded by this captain that
Chief?
you seek. Aye, indeed. But he was taken, and where he was taken, I know not. And he was also relieved of the item.
Okay.
And so, I made sure to stay here, and as I expected, fortune had you arrive.
So I met the cat lord, and she was that crazy little old lady.
The cat lord likes to be playful at times.
Why did she like swipe at me?
What do you think?
Because she's vicious. Yet her accuracy is lacking in her old age.
Or perhaps it's because you do not even know the first book of the scriptures.
Which I now just learned. I mean, I didn't now just learn. I knew. I remembered. You told me. It's the beginning.
Yes. Study, learn.
Do you have a copy?
Do you not? It was given to you.
By whom?
The Platinums gave it to you as a parting gift on your journey.
Yeah, but I got a ship. And alright, a scroll that no one really explained, a ship. In this sword? Or a scroll that no one explained. I know, yeah. Do you have a copy?
No, I don't.
God. We could, it's probably still in the gym boy then.
She snaps her fingers and a thin veil of what looks like light kind of emerges, almost like a zipper in the middle of the air. She kind of reaches in and her hand disappears.
You lost your hand.
She pulls back what looks to be
How did that
a
happen?
scroll. She says, "This is my personal study. You will read it from beginning to end.
Yep.
You will memorize it, learn its story,
Yes.
and then you will return it to me the next time fortune crosses our paths."
Do these
I-
scriptures of yours tell the history of your people, or is it only
Yes, they
veiled?
do.
So you said that you've studied them extensively.
Yes, this one has.
Yeah, she's like a high priestess on our island of Catalyst.
Oliver has mentioned your people had past history of slavery. Do you know more about who enslaved them?
I do. We were sold to the Drow. The mechanism of our slavery was dubious. One of our own sold us out with the assistance of others. She kind of looks at you and kind of stares into your eyes. And then a reassuring kind of grin crosses her face. It is certainly no coincidence that the fates have brought you into the path of Oliver.
That's what I've been saying. It's a cat lord.
Indeed.
See?
So our visions were real?
Oh, I thought there's no way they could be fake. Did you know about this? We had joint visions.
I did not know, but I am not surprised.
It's when we died. Well, knocked unconscious.
I was hemorrhaging quite a lot of blood. I thought maybe it was... It seemed so real in the aftermath, but when we healed and rested and moved on, I began to think maybe it was just some freak occurrence, but if you say that this history is real, and Oliver and I have seen something that correlates to that, I don't know, where does this leave us?
If you care to learn more, you should read the scriptures.
We could read them together and quiz each other and, like, really protect these scrolls.
Alright, we'll make flashcards.
But this talk, is giving the fleeing gnolls the opportunity to regroup. I can come with you, but
yeah.
I recommend that we move quickly.
Yeah. Should we get the others and see what information we can get? Do you know what...
Before we go, make sure you have done everything you wish here.
Okay. Cool. Caddy, it was good seeing you again.
This one agrees it is good to be seen by you.
Did you find your coin?
Not yet.
All right. If I find it, I'll let you know.
And she kind of reaches into that same pocket that's there, and she pulls out her wand, and it has all the precious metals woven into it, but in particular the platinum center cord is still there, and at the base of the wand is a missing piece where her coin would fit. And she looks at it, she says, I will be led there, I know, but apparently the time now is spent to help you. And so I trust that will help me one day.
Yeah, well, as they say, what goes around comes around. In a good way.
So they say this, yes.
Like a boomerang.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, is your blue friend here?
JB?
Yes, I believe that is his name.
What about him? Yeah.
If he is willing, I would like to speak with him.
Sure. JB! Yoo-hoo!
I say, what was that?
Come around the corner.
What was that?
Quit trying to sell people into slavery.
Sweet dude. Yes. I'm sorry. I was admiring the new animations that come up when someone cheers.
Nice.
Props to our producer and director, Adam. Yes. What were you saying again? I apologize. I remember, but I want you to repeat it.
I was just saying, come here. Come hither, if you will.
Are you gonna yell at me again for whatever just went down?
I never yelled at you.
You're right. You didn't.
No, you should have remembered that. This here is Caddy, Ketcher. You remember her.
Good day. Thank you for assisting us. I do appreciate that.
This one is pleased to see you again.
Well, now that I think about it, yes, I do recall you. Your features are similar yet distinct. I thought all Tabaxi were...
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi. I know how to put common words and letters
Tabaxi,
together.
yeah.
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
Let him alone, Oliver.
Fine.
What can I do for you, Oliver?
She wanted to talk to you.
Oh, hello.
I just wanted to say hello and thank you for your assistance in the battle. You certainly did some damage with your repertoire of spells.
Well, our team is really coming together. Over the past few days, we have attempted to find the same person, and I believe that many of us have honed our skills to work together real well, and so I appreciate your compliments. I'm just glad we got all of you out safe and sound.
And I'm sure that we are all grateful. This one certainly is grateful. But I would like to help you more if you would have it.
Well, we just found a bunch of gold, and so it's unnecessary. But,
Oh, we found gold?
well, yes, of course we did, and Rubius just attempted to give it all away.
I'm sure he had good reason. Was any of it my coin?
Well, I do know that I could certainly use any assistance that you could help me with.
This one is glad to hear. And she steps up and pops you on the head again. And as she does, you feel your consciousness kind of pop out of your body, as happened last time. And you find yourself in the midst of your old laboratory again. And as your eyes blink, you look around, and several of your old colleagues are working on an incantation to create a sort of a propulsion drive, which is used in certain tests and experiments, also for airships and the things of this sort. And you watch as they are casting this this spell that they kind of say the incantation, and then they either force energy to expand forth from a space, or they pull the energy towards them to get the pulse drive properly calibrated. And as you watch this, you recall that, yeah, that's how you cast the pulse wave spell. And this could be useful in your battles. It's something that could allow you to maybe move people around the battlefield, inflict a little bit of damage, and generally perhaps be even more evocative than your current spell repertoire allows for. And as you kind of are taking this all in, roll a perception check, please.
Hmm. 11.
As you look around, you notice on the outskirts of the laboratory a little silver platinum cat that is just watching you and watching the tests go on. And as you see the cat, you feel your body, your consciousness sucked back into your body as your eyes kind of go wide, and Katja's two fingers are on the middle of your forehead, and they are then withdrawn. This one, trust us, was helpful, yes?
Well, I see. I wouldn't mind going through that multiple times if you've got more information for me. The direct download seems to be very useful. Each time you have done this, I've come out more intelligent than previously, and I do appreciate that. Where did you get this ability, and how can I do it now?
Cat Lord.
The Cat Lord.
Oliver is correct.
I saw a platinum kitty in the vision. For sure. Was that you, miss? Is that how you do this?
It was not this one.
Did it look like a pixie bomb? I'm Ivory. She's platinum.
But
I saw platinum kitty.
if there was a common cat in your vision, then you can be sure that the Cat Lord was there.
Knew it.
The Cat Lord, yes. Yes, I appreciate your efforts. Thank you very much, and I will learn what you did just now. I will do it one of these days.
Oh, you might need to read this then.
You can join our study session.
What is that?
It's a scroll of the beginnings. It's her very own collection.
I would love to read that one
Please
day. Yeah.
take...
With my life.
yes.
With his life.
And hers.
May
No,
I
with his
su-
life.
May I suggest some of us take some rest quickly, as some of us also talk to the rest of the prisoners before heading out. As our Miss Cat friend said, the remaining gnolls most likely have our friend Tooth, and they will be on their way. Knowing how much butt we kicked, they will now be looking to either fortify or run far away.
And as you consider how you're going to engage with the rest of the prisoners who you've set free, we're going to do our first giveaway of the evening.
Giveaway.
And we, again, as always, are so thankful for you guys being here with us and sharing in our adventure. And so the first thing that we are going to give away tonight are those yellow dice that are there. Sweet yellow dice. And if you would like your opportunity to try to win those dice, then please type into the chat right now, ! Saved, S-A-V-E-D. ! Saved, S-A-V-E-D. And we will randomly draw from those who have entered. And then we will send the dice out at the end of this month. And so we will announce the winner, and then you can send us your address through private message, and we'll get those out to you at the end of the month. So ! Saved, S-A-V-E-D, if you would like your opportunity to win those yellow dice. We will still be giving away the two little medium figures there, a dwarf and a elf, or angelkin paladin. And if we get 3 new subscribers, then we'll give away the Oni Mage as well. And so we hope you stick around for those giveaways also. All right, so you have spoken with Katya. You have spoken with Selly and her son Clinton. You have spoken with the Castellan, who you did not ask his name, nor did he offer it. And there remains the stable boy, as well as the sailor, who has just kind of been sticking around close to you guys, as well as the 2 traders, and the people who you have yet to get out of the pit, the bound dwarf and the concentrating, contemplative, dark hooded individual who is, they've left them there. So,
Ready to go?
what do you wish to do?
Yeah, I think that Ollie and Morthos and June, maybe, if you want to go talk to those who are out of the pits, Ray and I will go in, talk to and retrieve those who are left. So,
Okay.
we'll kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if you know what I mean. Just a figure of speech. It's a pretty good slingshot. I can do it sometimes, but, save some time. And so, Ray, would you join me over here?
Yep, absolutely. I'm right here. What can I do for you?
We're gonna go talk to those who are left in the pit over there. Those 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we left him in there, didn't we? And she kind of runs over.
We did. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to talk to them while they're in there. They're the only ones, the one was the only one who's gagged and blindfolded and tied up.
Oh, yeah, we should get him out right away.
Yeah, we should wait. We're not sure why he is like that, and I'd like to talk to the other fella he's with before.
You think he might be like a criminal or something?
Maybe. I'd just like to have that conversation.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm ready to back you up.
all right, appreciate it. You just stand right
Let me
behind
know if I need to kill him.
Yes.
There probably won't be any killing needed. You're probably
Well,
strong enough you could just tackle him.
I'll
and-
protect you always, Killian. I'm here for you.
That's why I love you, Ray. You are a very fierce protector. So I'm going to talk to him, but I'm going to do it through my mind. Just it's easier that way sometimes.
You can talk to people through your mind.
And I say in her mind, I sure can. Isn't that neat?
Say something else.
Something else.
Can you do this whenever you want?
I can. Yeah.
And you can see she's just starting to think of all the different ideas of what this means.
So let's go now. You just stand there, okay?
Is she trying to talk back?
Can she mentally
Does it
yell?
work?
Can she
Only
mentally
if I'm
yell
engaged.
as loud?
Are you trying to talk to me? And this is in her mind.
Do you hear me?
All you have to do is think it.
So you hear me then?
I do.
Okay, so what's your favorite color then?
What's my favorite
Yeah,
color?
you heard my question?
I did. Yeah. It's orange.
So I can talk in your mind too?
Not anymore. And I turn.
You see her standing there and she's continuing to...
Yeah. You can try.
And every so often I pause in and it's her just like...
It's like a mute button. So I go up to the pit, and I sit like feet dangling, in front and in the fellow who's sitting down. Hello, good sir.
He's sitting in the lotus position, and he opens his eyes and looks up. Says, hello. You ready to get me out?
We are going to get you out. I just have a few questions about you and this sir that you are chained with. Is he a companion of yours?
You could say that. He is a ward that I'm keeping safe and making sure that he doesn't escape.
Why are you, why is he under your care, if you mind me asking?
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion 10, solid 10.
I am very thankful that you have taken care of the gnolls around us. But I mean no disrespect when I say that I can't give you that information. Suffice to say, he's dangerous, and I am bringing him to those who wish to bring him to justice.
Well, justice is an interesting concept. Usually, that's decided upon about those who have the power. But what can I ask is his wrongdoing? Is that allowed?
I don't know all the details, but I do know that he is responsible for the death of, well, many.
I'm incredibly rude. I'm sorry. My name is Killian. I didn't by not chance get your name.
Right. Roll persuasion.
Right. My name's Bob. 13.
You're a 0?
Yeah. You don't have any skills?
My
persuasion
name is not of consequence,
Oh, that's interesting.
but you may have heard of my people.
Possibly.
I am of the Kendim.
Have
We are, as you may know, go ahead and roll a history check.
13.
You have heard of the Kendim. And they are a very notorious group, elite. They are hired out to do different jobs. Everything from defending a town from an attack to assassinating people. They are considered by most to be a mercenary group for hire. neither good nor bad, though they will do what they are hired to do. However, they do have a code. There are certain jobs they won't take. So it seems that this one has been contracted to take in the dwarf.
Can I ask where these people are, where you are taking him?
Well, you can ask. And you did. I'm going to be taking him to Serloon.
Okay. That's, well, how about this? What if I told you that I know this fellow?
From where?
From long ago.
And what is your relationship with him?
Well, we at one time were friends, and then we traveled together for a while, and we both lost our way, and we were separated, and I have not seen him since, and that was a long time ago, and so I'm very surprised to see him again. I was not sure that he was still alive or survived our last encounter. If indeed this is Mr. Staunchstone.
Indeed it is. And at that, the head of the dwarf kind of lifts up.
This is still in his head. This is still in...
The head of the dwarf lifts up. Oh.
I'm talking in his head.
That's right, you are talking in his head. Never mind. The head drops back. He looks up at you, and he speaks out loud, and he says to you, "You will tell me the truth of all of my questions." And I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
That was a 24.
Oh, okay.
As the
Wisdom's good.
As the charm person spell washes over you, you kind of smile, and you know that he's cast it. You resist its effect.
And take 15 damage.
I like to be as honest as I can when I can. If you have questions, you can answer them, but I would also like my questions answered as well.
His eyes kind of squint. Huh. You are not a weak-minded fool.
Oh, I appreciate it. Doesn't seem like you are either.
He, at that, kind of wraps his hand around the chain, and he waves a hand, and they both levitate out of the pit, and he rests looking at you, still sitting on the ground, looking at you eye to eye.
My feet are still dangling, like just kicking back and forth. I'm
Like a little
not
toddler.
threatened. I'm just
Yep. The dwarf, upon feeling the movement, kind of lands on his feet and tries to move for a moment, and he just grabs it, and the dwarf just sits back down, not even attempting to go any further.
So if you would like to ask a question, maybe we can go a little tit for tat here, and I'll answer yours, you'll answer mine. Now that we're on level ground.
So, my question is a request.
Too much.
The only reason why I'm still here with him is because I hate to admit was caught by surprise by these gnolls, and they took my weapon. Retrieve my weapon, and I'll tell you everything you wish.
What does said weapon look like?
It's
Is it a sword? bow?
It's a cylindrical hilt that has gold and brass and bronze inlaid into it. It has a depression in the top, and it looks like a compressed rod of metal, about yay large and about that thick round.
Do you remember the last time you had it? Probably fighting Knowles.
Yeah, and one of their casters
We are not getting this back.
One of their casters paralyzed me, and I was, for a moment, subdued, and my weapon dropped, and it was in that moment that they captured us and took us into the pit.
Well, I will. I'll do my best to retrieve it. I know how important weapons are to their specific warrior. Can I ask how you came upon Mr. Staunchstone and how you may have captured him? If I remember correctly, he was quite the fighter in his day.
Well, as you can see, age
You're no slouch either, but
age has crept up on him, and so he's not quite the dwarf he used to be. And I will tell you more if you secure my weapon and return it to me.
well, we are going to go after these gnolls. May be useful for you to assist in that battle. And
Fortunately, it's difficult to engage offensively when I'm guarding my ward.
I want to insight the entire conversation to see what the feel of the charges against the knowledge of the charges against Staunchstone and over his overall demeanor in this. Like, is he defeated? Is he resisting? Is he those type of things?
Go ahead and roll your insight check.
Not a good roll day, huh?
Does my passive wisdom count as an insight?
Your passive insight is 8 plus your
It's 18.
insight.
So 18.
Yeah. He seems to be telling you the truth, with the exception of the charges that he described. It seems like he made those up. It seems to you like he wants his weapon. He's been contracted to take this guy in, but he doesn't really know what he's done. He just told you something.
I'm going to.
Sir, have you met?
No, don't do that.
Well, I appreciate your time, and I will do my best to return your weapon if I find it. Are you going to hang out here then for a while, or?
I'll stay here. I'll keep the stable boy, and I'll even keep watch over the lady and her son over there. We'll lock down in the main keep over here, and we'll wait for you to return. I assume you're going after him?
Yeah, we're leaving very shortly. My friends are talking to the other prisoners to gather a little bit more information. Do you have anything that would help? How many casters there are, wizard, what, some of the
There was
foes you
a
faced.
female gnoll. She was one of the casters, and then there was another female who was more powerful, who is the one who paralyzed me.
She was a gnoll as well.
Yes, but she was dressed like a regular human.
Okay.
Smaller, and almost like a half human, half gnoll.
Oh.
Never seen anything like that before.
Great.
It was interesting.
Well, adieu.
As I'm walking away, though, I'm going to telepathy Staunchstone, but I'm going to try to disguise my voice.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Hold on 1 second. Also get a guidance myself real quick. As I get as I walk away from it. $15.
Okay. How is your voice disguised?
Hey, Mr. Staunchstone, Mr. Dwarf dude.
Oh, God.
What is it? Can you set me free?
I can't yet. We're
Who are you? Are you a friend or foe?
well, we've saved you from the gnolls. But
Can
I'm
you
just
save
curious.
me from this bugger here?
Do you know Bugger's name?
No, but I think it's a Kindeem.
Do you know why he has captured you?
No. I fought one of them off, but this one got me. I don't know why. Or where I am. It's been weeks that we've been on the road. Anyway, help.
Where did he catch you at?
Blast, it's been a while.
You shouldn't end a sentence with the word "at." Sorry, I just wanted to point that.
You can't hear me at
Don't let me
this
think.
point. At
Let me think. It was a last. My mind's a bit going as I've gotten old. It was west, I think, of here. I've been blindfolded, so my sense of direction might be off.
and what were you doing at the time of capture?
I was
Some nefarious deeds, I assume.
I was in Cormier. Doing nothing nefarious, no.
I'm gonna incite him. 18.
It's very hard to get a read because he is blindfolded and gagged, and his facial expressions are pretty much, and he's speaking to you in his
Right.
head. So through the tone of his voice, there's
No
not
idea.
much that you can sense. But you do get the sense that he's telling you the truth about being in
Right.
Cormier.
What do I know of Cormier?
Roll a history check.
6.
You know that Cormier is a nation in this region that is kind of the most well-balanced, both in terms of trade and military might and technological advance. They were the ones who stood against the Netherese centuries ago, and along with the nation of Cormanthyr, defeated them. Cormanthyr was the one that took the majority of the damage in the final battles, and Cormier remained. It is a trade partner with Sembia and with the different Dales and the Dale lands. and also with other areas around, even up into Everesca, where you're from. They're generally peaceable, but they are a nation state that is certainly out for its own best interests. Mostly humans there, but it's a smattering of other common races as well.
One last question. Were you part of that Wondrous Seven group that was real popular a while back?
Why do you ask?
My daddy told me about a dwarf that looked a lot like you back then who could do some really cool things and would really defeat some really strong foes as a strong fighter.
Who was your daddy?
Oh, he was just some villager that the Wondrous Seven traveled through one time.
Back in the long days of old, I was one. Ended a bit unceremoniously, but at least I survived.
What happened to the rest of your group?
Those who lived went their separate ways.
And what of that halfling that traveled with you? What happened to him?
Well, he used to talk in my head like you. So what happened to you, Killian?
Nice.
Oh, hype!
Who's Killian?
What? No.
He stops answering your questions at that point. I rolled a natural 20.
Of course.
Disadvantage.
Retroactive.
You didn't give us the option.
I like it. This is good.
That's badass.
Oh, interessante.
Ray's ancestor.
What I want to insight his response to see
Hella cool.
what his
Hella cool.
if it's a contemptuous or if it's surprise or
Go ahead, roll your insight.
that one's better. 23.
No contempt, genuine interest and intrigue.
Okay.
So while Killian is having the conversation with the monk who has not given you a name and the dwarf that Killian knows the name to but no one else, are the rest of you having conversations with anyone else or amongst yourselves?
I would talk with the captain or the sailor.
Okay. Anyone else talking with the sailor? With Oliver?
No.
Rubius is in the corner, asleep.
June
Rubius is taking his short rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
June is meditating very deeply next to Rubius
Okay.
and trying to remember what she heard that Noel say. So she's meditating on her memory of the events.
Okay, so you have the spear in your hand, the javelin, and you are kind of taking time to meditate and think about it and to determine what this word was that was utilized to activate the javelin.
Mm-hmm.
JB, what are you doing?
I am observing, trying to absorb all the information coming in. Hopefully, pick up.
Okay, and Morthos?
Morthos would have given the 120 gold to all the individuals, and then he would be on top of the wall, just kind of pacing back and forth, looking.
Okay, so everyone
Nice.
add 120 gold except for Rubius.
Except for Rubius.
And
Was that also the 100 that I had?
No.
Yeah,
That was just
that
what
was
I
all
had.
in there, so everybody gets another 20. I'm sorry, her too.
Yeah, that's fine. So, as you, JB, are observing everything that's going on, you're watching as Ray is standing about 20 feet behind Killian as he's having this conversation or kind of looking in the pit and talking with it, and she's standing there like this, looking at Killian.
I'm going to use a few minor illusions and have something like a laser beam come out, or maybe I'll use silent image or whatever, come out of her head directly at the back of Killian's head, and then make it seem like Killian's head explodes.
Oh my gosh, no!
Oh! Killian! Killian? You hear her yell behind you as you're just finishing the conversation with Bruck.
I look at her and then I'll turn
Killian, you okay? Are you okay? I exploded your head, Killian!
I'm okay.
and I'll turn her arms into trees. Like she likes.
I think.
JB!
Yeah, I think, Mr.
That was an amazing practical joke! Teach me how to do it! Teach me how to do it! And she just starts running around with her arms as trees. And then she realizes that not everyone here is having as good of a time as her as she looks over at
people grieving.
And she this is the best day ever! Oh! she just kind of, so sad here.
The boy's got his dagger.
Guys, Orthos, I'm gonna come up to you, and she kind of like crawls up to the tower edges. You're having a conversation with the sailor.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, you. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How you doing?
How you doing, Toggy?
My name's Casper.
Oh, yeah.
Casper Tenley.
Casper Tenley.
Casper Tenley. Yep.
Do I have to say it that way too, or?
Only if you want to mock me.
Oh, no. Sorry, I don't want to do that. Casper.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Can't say my S's very well.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's all right. My R's sound weird.
Are you going to get me back to the sea?
First, I need help finding your captain.
Oh, Captain, they took him.
Yeah, where?
And
And when? And who?
They took him.
And how?
They took him just earlier today.
Oh, today?
Yes.
Did they say where?
No. But there was there's like a hem of a robe, like a caster, some sort. And someone said in a intimidating, powerful voice, "Let's see what you know."
To you or to Captain Tooth?
To the captain. Yeah, to the captain.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Does he have nice boots?
They're glorious.
They're like.
And his hat is amazing.
Is it pointy? Tricorn?
Yes.
Does it have a massive feather?
No. His horns curl up through, and it comes to a neat point, and it's finely polished.
So you're telling me that he's got horns, and his hat has holes for which these horns can go through?
Yes, it does. And his boots are unique because, well, they're not really boots.
Go on.
They're more like leg straps.
Leg straps.
Yes.
So what's he walk on?
Well, on his hooves.
He's got horns and hooves?
Yes.
Horns and hooves and horns.
Yes, and he had a large necklace with a big tooth from a dragon that he said he flown. I don't know.
So
that's why he's called Captain Tooth. It's not like his real name.
No, yeah, I get that. It's a moniker
Right.
because he's got horns and hooves.
Yes, and he has a tooth.
Yep, horns
big-
and hooves and a
yes,
tooth. Yep,
right.
Yep. What's he look like?
He's a tiefling.
Yeah, but like tieflings come in many different shades.
He's
and
a red
hues.
tiefling.
He's a red tiefling.
Yes, he was wearing a blue captain's coat with some lighter blue trousers that kind of came to about his below his knees, almost like capris to show off those fancy leg straps.
Yeah, I bet his calves were delightful.
He actually did have quite toned legs.
I bet he did.
It's the way he walked on those hooves.
Yeah, it's like almost in permanent heels.
Yes.
Not
That's
that I
one way
know
of
what
putting
that's
it.
like.
I've never thought of it that way, but he's quite a dainty walker.
A dainty walker, good. Alright, so he's red. Any distinguishing facial features or marks, just in case there's more than one red tiefling when we go to find him and rescue your Captain
That would be
Tooth.
quite a novelty, wouldn't it, if there was two tiefling there. Anyway, no, he's just regular red tiefling, with black horns and hooves and the blue coat and pants, and
And he was taken away by someone that was wearing a nice Kester robe.
yes, all I see is with the hem of his robe.
What color was the robe? Or the hem?
The dainty.
Just in case there's more robes around.
Right, I think it was gold,
Okay.
or like a brownish color.
Wait, did you say gold and then a brownish color?
Yeah, something in that color hue.
Okay.
Range.
Cool. It's awesome.
Scheme.
Yep.
Right.
Alright.
Little tassels.
Yeah. How would you feel? What? I'm sorry. What race is he? This guy.
He is a tan-skinned, with a kind of a graying beard human.
Okay.
And deep wrinkles in his face. He's kind of certainly been around the blocks and is dressed in better clothing than the typical sailor.
Now, I myself am a captain. I don't know if you can tell. I don't have a fancy hat yet.
I was gonna say, where's your hat?
It's coming.
That's a bit concerning.
I'm like a greenhorn. Just got my first sheep.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Trying to assemble a crew. How married are you to Captain Tooth?
I mean, he picked me up in port a couple years back.
What port?
Westgate.
That's where I was from.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
I think not.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. With a Sicilian when death is on the line!
Are you mocking me again?
Yeah, that was Bart, my tail. Were you his first mate?
Yeah.
I can tell. You know how I can tell?
How can you tell?
Us captains have first mate sense. This is my first mate. Bart, pleasure to meet you. Shake his hand. Tail. There you go. Good, good.
That's unique.
It is.
Are you a tabaxi?
I am a Tabashi.
A tabaxi?
Tabashi.
A tabaxi.
Tabashi.
Tabaxi.
It's good enough yet. Bart, I'm trying to talk to him.
Anyway, I've seen some tabaxi in my day.
Oh?
You know, traders around Catalyst. I've been to Catalyst. It's a beautiful place.
It's the best place in the world. Some say the cattiest place on earth.
You're a jokester.
Ah, a little bit, yeah.
That's good. I will think about your proposition. However, I must say, if you guys are able to save Captain Tooth, it sounds like you're going after to save him. That's great.
Yeah. Save him, yet I, Oliver, will do no harm to him.
That's ominous.
No, I would never.
Oh.
It's not ominous. I would never do that. A captain, why would I do that?
Well, that's a good point. If he has met his demise, I'll be looking for new work. So, sir.
All right. Like I said, you look like first mate material.
What's the name of your ship? Zip.
It's the Jim Boy.
That's an awful name.
It has sentimental purposes and reasons that you will never know.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Sorry.
Cathper.
You're mocking me again?
Well, you mocked my sheep.
I did, and I sincerely apologize.
I also apologize. That came out poorly. I shouldn't have said that.
Yes.
Thank you for your information. I will tell the rest of the party.
So I'll just stay here.
I think that's probably best. Who knows what's roaming around out there?
You know what? I like you.
I like you too.
I think I may have heard someone say that they were taking the captain to the farm.
You waited till now to tell me that?
Well, I wanted to make sure your intentions were pure.
Oh, yeah. I myself, Oliver, would never do anything to the captain. I intend on bringing him back to Saloon, where his ship is.
I am sincerely convinced of your sincerity.
You should be.
I love him.
You should be. I think it'd be a grand old time if, like, we get him and we all go back together.
Yes.
Now, he may have to talk to some...
But again, I still serve the captain.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right,
Yeah.
yes, of course, yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
So,
You stay here.
I'll stay here.
I'll take the information.
I can wield a sword. It's a scimitar is my sword of choice.
Oh, yeah? What kind of...
Yeah.
kind of scimitar?
Well, the captain had a wicked scimitar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like a cool black one. I just have a red little, metal scimitar with
like this one.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, sorry, that's not my ivory one. This is my ivory one. This is a knife.
That's even nicer.
He twirls them, puts them in the sheaths.
Ooh, you're kind of good with the swordplay.
Oh, yeah. I know my way around a
Get it out.
a pointy sword or two.
Or two.
The captain's pretty good with the sword as well.
I bet he is. Most captains know how to handle their swords.
I tell you, he's pretty good.
Yeah?
He's pretty good. He's the way he. I can't. I was starting to digress into some untoward
Yeah.
practical joking.
Yeah,
and
we should...
he's just good with his weapon.
yeah. Get it? Me too?
Yes.
Us captains know that?
Yes.
I'm gonna go to the group. You
That's
stay
right.
here. You
That's
protect...
right.
I need you to protect Sally and her boy.
Yeah, I can do that. And that dark gentleman over there looks. I'm gonna stay by him too.
Yeah, probably a
right,
good idea.
That
Yeah.
guy.
You know,
So-
black? Yeah.
Right. So you guys, good luck, everyone.
Thank you,
I'll be here waiting.
Casper.
Yeah, Casper. That's me.
Yeah, Casper.
Tenley.
Casper Tenley.
Yes. Casper Tenley. Okay. Well, you said her name was Sally?
Yep, Sally.
Sally?
Sally, yeah. And her son's name is... No, you can do this. You can... Not shh. Not... You want to move the tongue down a little bit? Yeah. Open your mouth. Yeah. Yes.
Sally.
That was pretty good. Work on it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting there. You know, listen, if
We're working
you
this.
are on
We're
the
working
gym
this.
boy with me,
We're
we
working
could,
this.
you'll have no lisp by the time we're on the seven seas and out of this stupid Sea of Fallen Stars.
The Sea of Fallen Stars.
We'll work on that too.
Cheers.
Yeah.
So Casper goes and sits down and has a sword that he picks up. And you guys take your short rest. As you do, Katya also takes time to meditate and kind of regain some of her expended magic. And June, you are able to discern, after much meditation and thought, that the word that was spoken was some elvish word that you don't quite know the meaning of, but it's Leneth.
Did Casper say that?
Do you speak
Yeah,
Elvish?
that's what I was
Leneth. Actually, I do.
You speak Elvish?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
Yeah.
anyone who knows the word Leneth, which was not spoken by Casper.
Yeah. Lynette.
Leneth.
I do.
Leneth, Leneth. They would tell you that in Elvish it means a light.
Okay. So June's eyes fly open and she goes, Lynette!
No, light.
That's
No.
what it was.
Why are you yelling Elvish at me?
What is it? Is it Elvish? What does it
It
mean?
means light. Ah,
I think it actually means a light.
That makes sense. I'm gonna hold up the javelin and I'm just gonna go, Lynette.
Nothing happens.
Why are you trying to activate that near all of us?
Well, I mean, if
Seems
it's
like a
just
bad
normal,
call.
I was throwing it away from us. I'll have to figure out how this thing functions, but if I can use this javelin, things are going to get a lot more interesting.
It's going to be a shocking development.
There was a joke there, and I'm glad you went with it.
June laughed at that.
All right, gang. I got some information from my new first mate. I mean, my friend. Sorry, Bart. I didn't mean first mate. You'd be co-first mates, but you're like first mate. Casper, that he thinks they took the captain to the farmhouse.
To the farmhouse.
Yeah.
We know what that means, the farmhouse.
I feel like someone talked to someone who owns a farmhouse.
Well, our friend Miss Sally did say that she owned a farm, and that's where they were attacked.
They would check out.
Well, then
Can we
maybe
ask
that is
her-
where we should go. Let's ask her
Let's
where
ask
it
her.
is.
Yeah.
It's
well,
it's up the road to the north on the way to Noradulin. Yeah. There's after about 4 miles there's a path that branches off and go through some woods and then our fields are there before our house. And it was lovely.
Any secret tunnels for us to
No,
explore or get up in?
no secret. We had a basement that kind of opened out to the first floor or to the outdoors, kind of a mudroom area where we kept some of the. It was kind of below ground level. And there's stairs going up to the second floor, which was the main living area, and there was a loft bedroom where the kids slept, and then we had our own little room.
Well, it sounds quite lovely.
It was nice.
Shall we go?
Believe we should
Everybody
get moving. The
rested
longer we
and
wait,
keep moving. What
the more
what
they will
time is
be
it
able
right
to
now?
prepare.
It's about 9 p.m.
Mr. JB, maybe you can help me out. I can't quite see if we were going to leave and walk upon the path.
Well, I would need to. Have I had a short rest at all?
You have.
Yes.
Or okay. I think I've got enough energy left for just this one here, but I told June that I would identify this device she has,
In exchange.
so I can do both. It's just gonna take a few minutes before we can leave. Is that all right?
How many? Is it one we can do along the way?
10 minutes. Yes, if you carry me.
Well,
Is that all right?
Ray might be able to carry you.
I will not allow that. No.
Well, I can't carry you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can walk and do this. I've done it many times before. I'll try to not break it. I like that laugh. I wouldn't mind actually deconstructing this enchanted weapon to obtain the spell contained within into my brain. So I will try that also.
Do you need someone to hit you in the forehead?
Oh wait, this is not Skyrim. I apologize.
I volunteer.
All right.
Yeah, so I cast Shadow Phantom Light, and everybody can see.
Sweet. And I hand you.
None of the prisoners got it, just us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the only ones leaving.
I hand you the javelin.
Only what hue am I saying in?
Fuchsia.
This time, Rubius, what is your favorite? What is your least favorite color?
Can't see. My least favorite color?
Don't you lie to me now, boy.
Please say black.
Midnight blue.
My least favorite color would be red.
Red. I'd like to insight that.
Go ahead.
17. Were you lying?
Because I don't know what red is.
What?
I don't know the names of the colors. I only know what they look like.
The light's red. Let's go. I'm not. I will stand on the opposite part of our party line as this guy.
One time I put a red sash about my waist
How
when
do
I
you
was
know?
hunting a bull. Huh. It's the last time I'll ever do that.
As you're having that conversation, the monk who has been sitting quietly looks over at you, opens his eyes, and says, Nazari?
I keep hearing that name, but I don't know what it means.
Gesundheit.
Yes, what does it mean? That's like the fourth time we heard that.
Which monk is this? The
The,
Oh, okay.
Rubius looks at
the,
him.
yeah, the monk who asked you to retrieve his
Gotcha.
weapon.
Okay.
Do you know what that name is?
I do.
Could you enlighten me?
What has happened to you, Nazari?
I don't know. Is that me? I don't know.
Nazari.
Who's Nazari?
Nazari is a title.
What does Nazari mean?
Nazari means. Well, in common, it basically means great warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Him.
It is-
Surely it must
Great,
be
that's all
about
we need
someone
is
else.
The great is open to interpretation. Of
I don't know who this Nazari is, but I would like to speak with him.
You are Nazari.
I think I would know that.
There
I'm
is-
Rubius Thornbray.
No, you're not.
The
But-
note told me that.
Right.
The note. The damn note.
I'm telling you that you're Nazari,
How?
and you were Kendim.
Oh.
Oh, frick.
What is Kendim?
If you don't remember, then I do not have the liberty to share.
What do you... I'm going to try and remain calm. And I'm going to inform you of something. My memory... You know what? How long have we been on the road now for? How long have we been on the road for?
This particular road,
Yes,
or
our journey. How long have we been together?
Oh, maybe 2 months.
My memory stretches back 2 months and 2 weeks. I know nothing about who I was, what I've done, or what colors are in the world.
All I know is I'm a dragonborn.
All I know is that I woke up in the middle of the woods, badly damaged, with a note on my breast, which read, "My name is Rubius Thornbray, and I am a wildlife scavenger." So I, of course, took it as truth. And if you know anything about who I was, I would like you to tell me, so I may know. Is it Candim a good person?
We are the best at what we do.
So you're Candim.
Good and bad are relative terms. We serve the balance.
This doesn't make any sense. You know me.
I do.
Were we friends?
You were beyond me. I looked up to you as so many others did.
It doesn't make any sense.
Was he a leader?
I don't know who I am.
He was not a decision maker, but he was the sharpest weapon the Kendim had. Why?
Doubt it.
He was called Nazari.
Just not the sharpest tool in the shed. Knife in the drawer.
He just told me I wasn't the sharpest tool, and now you're telling me I was the sharpest tool. What?
I think they're two different tools.
He was sent on a mission and disappeared,
Tools like sword.
I woke up in the forest.
but that was 10 years ago.
What?
What?
He's been missing for 10 years?
10 years.
Yes.
What the hell happened to you?
Where did I serve?
Can I see your forearms? Please, sir. Kendim, sir. Deductive reasoning.
How good are you with a tool?
He shows you his forearms, and they are blank.
Both of them?
He looks. Yes, both of them.
Why did you ask him that?
He looks over at you all, and he pulls his cloak down a little bit to reveal just below his collarbone, and there are some runes that are inscribed that shimmer.
Pull your shirt down a little bit. That's too much. I don't want to see your navel. Does he
He
have...
pulls the shirt down, and in the spots where the runes were on the Kendim, there are deep scars on Rubius.
See, it couldn't be.
No. And I walk over and do you mind if I just do that a little bit again? Deductive reasoning. I'm trying to like pinpoint with my thumbs. And there. And then he walks over. They're in the same spot. Through science, JB, you should be impressed.
Where did we serve? What did I do?
Very
Can you help me?
deductive reason.
Help me. Who am I? What was my name?
Perhaps if you travel to the High Moors,
Moors.
you may have your memory given.
Answer me this as truthfully as you can, please. When I disappeared, did I leave on good terms, or if I go to the High Moors, will I be welcomed as an enemy?
You were sent out on a quest and disappeared. The terms were neither good nor bad.
What was the quest? A
I-
decade ago.
What was I supposed to be doing?
I
Scavenging for birds?
don't know.
He likes it now.
Nasari. Or whatever your name is.
I would never call
24 on insight.
Rubius.
if
Do
he
you
actually
remember
knows
my
what it
name?
was or not.
He's telling the truth the entire time.
Yes.
Do you have any other scars?
All over my body.
Where?
Take your
Lower
clothes
back.
off now, boy.
His right arm
Tramp
and
stamp.
reveals the extreme heavy scarring.
Here.
And we know about the
It
one.
was from a bear mauling.
We know about the one up here
Yes.
and there. Anywhere else?
Would Morthos recognize the location of the one scar at all?
Sure. I mean,
Potentially.
If you're putting-
I know that he's dreamed about dragons in the past, but I'm trying to make a connection.
go ahead and roll a history check to see if you know about.
Because I'm going to go off of something that Eli showed us a long time ago.
Sure. Roll a history check.
17.
That is the same place that Eli had an Ordo Lux tattoo.
Do you remember my real name? Since we served.
I knew you only as Nazari. I'm sorry. We all aspire to receive those titles, and once they are given, the names are not used.
So I was a killer.
You were a weapon that maintained balance.
If he was, as you say, so important, he must have been famous in your ranks, per se, the stories of him.
Revered.
By chance, did he or you ever work with the dragon cultists?
In my dreams, I have memories of a dragon. Great dragon. Burned everything.
I have never been contracted with the dragon cultists, so I can only speak for myself.
I have to go there.
I cannot speak for the rest of our order.
I must find out who I am and what I've done.
Wait. The name you called him. We've heard someone else call him that name before. Oliver, do you remember what that bandit leader looked like?
Yes.
Do you know him?
I
Give him
say
a description.
it was the Zents.
He
For
was,
sure.
he was contracted with the Zents,
Zentaro.
and his name was like Marlboro Man or something. That's what I was nicknaming him. I think it was like Martolo Cologne.
Maltoro?
That's it.
I say no, it was Marlboro, man.
Maltoro was his name.
He knew him.
He is Kendine.
He
No,
kicked my ass.
he's Zentarum. He was working with the Zentarum. Do you work for the Zentarum as well?
Not currently, that I'm aware of.
So you like to work as a missionary? I meant mercenary.
A missionary of evil.
Too much swordplay in my mind going on.
I simply must
We
find out.
I gotta
take
go home.
contracts that fit our profile from whomever gives them.
But if I was this weapon you speak of, why can't I remember how to fight like I used to then?
I think you're pretty impressive.
I'm not that impressive.
I mean, it's relative.
This Marl Toro man, were they good friends? Did you hear about that?
Maltoro is also Nizari.
Interesting. That makes sense why he kicked your butt.
What has he been doing recently? Do you keep updates on that?
Are you guys like pen pals?
have meetings?
What's your
He is
title?
on his own task.
How long has he been on his own task?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I'd like to insight that.
Sure.
Oh, 23.
You get the sense that he genuinely doesn't know what the task is, though he knows about how long he's been on it, and he just isn't sharing that.
Are you sure? You don't remember how long he's been on this?
I am sure
Listen.
he left a while ago.
If you hold any respect for me still, then you can tell me anything else that I need to know about myself to help me get back where I was.
Seek the high moors.
Where's that located?
It's above the low moors.
The high moors are to the northwest of Cormyr, directly south of the Anarok Desert. On the way from... actually, Morthos and Killian traveled through the high moors. Well, no they didn't. You passed to the west of the high moors through the Sunset Mountains and Stormhorns to arrive at Westgate. But you came down on the western edge from Everesca, western edge down past Anarok, through the mountains. There is a large inland lake, on the other side of which are the high moors. So it is... They're not quite a mountain range, like the Sunset Mountains or the Stormhorns, but they're it's hill country with a couple of higher peaks.
All right. Well,
Well, I know at least a little bit more about myself.
yeah, we all do, Nazari. Do you want us to call you that now?
Rubius Stormbrace, my name.
Okay. Nazari's your title. Got it. Like, I'm a captain.
It is my name
Yeah,
now.
my name's Oliver.
I will forge forward and make a new life for myself.
Nazari,
Not a killer.
that is admirable.
Well, still a killer.
We have been killing.
I've killed many things now.
A selective
If
killer.
you could help to procure my weapon, which to my shame was relieved of me, I would be grateful. For I will reclaim my honor with it.
I will do what I can,
Thank you.
brother. I think.
Am I currently fumbling and identifying it as he says that?
You identify it as a javelin of lightning that once per day, I believe.
Yeah, am I able to disenchant it into the spell that I will know?
Chant it into the spell. That is
Jim will throat
not
chop you
quite how
so
it
hard.
works.
Shoot.
You've drunk your last
I
coffee,
just
friend.
needed to know.
I telepathy this guy and say,
Don't forget about our deal as well, if the weapon is returned to you. Also, did our friend here have one of these weapons as well at one time?
He did. He had quite unique weapons.
Why did you become so useless?
So one can be identified as Kadim by one of these
Says
weapons.
the wizard with no damage spells.
Every true Kandim
Way more useful that way.
uses a sword of light.
Did you see how many of those things I dropped?
One almost dropped you too.
Thank you very much. We'll try to bring it back.
You got close.
Please, look after Mr. Staunch.
I will defend all of them here.
Thank you.
You cannot fail with Nazari.
Well, I mean,
He is not the man he used to be.
I'll say
changed.
I'll say the problem here is XP is doled out like rain in the Sahara Desert in this place, and so he cannot become the.
To be honest with you,
man he once
when I
was.
woke up in the woods, I didn't remember all of my. I've been remembering things piece by piece, but I do not feel that I would be where I'm at if I was this legendary person.
Perhaps if you found my weapon, it might help trigger some memories.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
Plot
Let's
device.
Be on the other way.
Let's find that weapon
Yes, let's find it.
so that I can be the weapon.
This is of no use. It has no power.
Really? I don't think it's true.
Well, you didn't insight.
I did see a lightning bolt come out of it. So
All right, on the road.
we're gonna.
On the road again.
Is he coming with us?
No, I want to get on.
Are you
the
coming with
road
us, or are we
again.
leaving that guy?
No, he's
We're leaving. He's watching
Kandim
them.
is staying back.
Yep.
And you're really keeping it?
I don't. He said a small cylinder.
All right,
It's not the
let's go.
weapon,
If
Yeah,
you want to
the
illusion
javelin
that
is not the weapon
weapon, thank God.
that he is looking for.
I need some help here. That's mine.
So Kandim is staying back. The Casper is staying back, as well as the two traders and the
The 8-year-old with the knife.
the
Oh,
8-year-old.
now they're safe.
He's like
before
7.
before we go,
And the guard is also staying back as well. He's not traveling out at night.
Ray and I pass the boy as we go, and I look at him. I say,
Ray, do you mind? And, the bear, and
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
and so I don't have to kneel down because I'm literally his height.
as promised, here is another toy to replace the lion. May I suggest using that knife only in most dire needs,
Yes.
Order butter bread.
and remember that not all things in this world are evil, even though you have already experienced much of it, which I'm sorry.
Kill the gnolls!
Yes. Yes. My disciple. I mean. And June kneels down and she goes, hand on his shoulder, and she goes, remember, I'm your teacher now.
June,
And I say to you,
I don't know.
the quickest way to a man's heart is upwards through the stomach.
That's false.
June, I don't know if you should be teaching anyone anything.
Well, the disclaimer is that Killian gave his views on great evil. Here's a guiding tip. If it is something that
Solar
I would not
plexus
do,
up.
do not do it. If it is something I would do it better than I would have done it.
June, he's 7.
It's okay. He's wise. He's been seasoned.
I fear we'll be
Kill the gnolls!
Exactly.
Through the stomach.
Exactly. Yes. More thrust. Upwards. Yes. I hate you.
Guys, what are we doing?
Let's get on the bloody road.
Please
Pat his head and we leave.
snip that one out. Just that line.
Whoops.
More thrusts. Sounds like you're giving his mom advice for Lady Race.
My advice
And
can
with
be
that
used.
note, Morthos walks out the front gate.
I'm right behind you. Like, I don't know what they're doing. We're teaching a 7-year-old to kill, and we're trying to sell his mother into sex slavery.
My advice can be used no matter how their life goes.
All right.
It's a well-paying job. Okay.
So you make your way out.
You don't know me.
And
STIs.
you have been given directions towards
Yep.
Seely's farm,
I don't even know.
and you follow the road north. You follow it about 4 miles before it branches off through the woods, as was described to you, to the farm beyond. Any conversations you wish to have amongst yourselves, or preparation you wish to make?
How about freaking Rubius?
Can I hear him?
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to whisper this. Like, dude, you're pretty impressive if what they say is true.
Sounds like I used to be impressive.
He's
I
right.
would agree with that sentiment.
But
Hey!
how come, like, you've got markings from 5 different organizations on you? And where have you been for the last decade?
I just told you, I don't know.
I know. Well, these are more like rhetorical that I hope we find out as time passes. It's a good literary device.
Oliver, both you and I have suggestion, don't we?
Yeah, but mine's much better than yours.
Yes, so I'm suggesting that maybe we could suggest him. But I'm not actually suggesting you. I'm just suggesting with a non-suggestion.
You want me to suggest him what? To
Maybe we-
remember?
No, not Rubius, the grunt, whatever his name was. I wasn't really listening to him. Maybe we could suggest him to give us the details he clearly wasn't giving Rubius.
You mean the Kendim?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be
Kendra.
wary
Wary
of
of any
Something.
any type of
I think
spells, as he is a quite powerful being. I had a long interaction with him. He tried to use them against me, but
Perhaps
I'm a strong mind.
if I've been missing 10 years before, maybe I left that place, that organization.
I mean, listen, you have a tattoo to the Order Lux. Well, where one was.
Well, we don't know that. That's not confirmed.
I mean, it's like deductive reasoning says probably you have marks on your chest that would have made you Kendim, and on your right arm you have one that would have made you Zent, I believe. We found that. All gone. They're all like scraped off very painfully, it looks.
I don't remember.
No, that's probably a good thing. But like, you've probably been a part of a lot of different things. But why? And how do you not remember?
I don't know.
Is this...
That's why I had him detect if there was an enchantment over me.
I remember that, and there wasn't. I
That's
think,
what they
right?
said.
So it's not
He
magic.
also tried to tell June that that thing isn't powerful in magic, so can't trust him.
Oh, I say, of course, June knew I was joking with her. I believe that we should try to retrieve the weapon for the man, and he will share more with us.
That's true.
I think it's a part of the meta narrative here that
That's
we
what-
just have to wait and find the item.
That would be a pretty cinematic moment if I grasped the weapon and then remembered things.
All a man has to do is grasp his weapon, and the truth
Family.
comes to light.
Like
Firmly
this.
grasp it. Well, then let's find that weapon.
Yeah, well, and Tooth. Oh, by the way, Tooth has hooves and horns.
What is a Hoosenhorn?
Tooth is a horse.
He has hooves.
So, is he a
And
minotaur?
horns. Oh, no,
What
he's
is
like
he?
you.
Like me?
Yeah. Red.
You have hooves.
I do not.
That's why we're friends.
Not all tieflings have hooves.
Yeah, how dare you assume that?
What? Did you just assume his foot?
I did not. It was a question.
So, Tooth,
Did you hear the inflection of my voice at the end of it?
I don't
Tooth
know.
is a red tiefling. He's got hooves and horns. The bastard. And he was wearing like a blue captain's jacket with blue trousers. And he has a big necklace of a dragon tooth around his neck. That's why they call him Tooth. And he's got the sweetest tricorn hat. I want it.
What's our goal with Tooth once we get him? Is he going to come quietly, you think?
I have no idea. Our goal is to take him back to Kelson Mare, though. Kelson has some questioning.
So he needs to be alive for question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say something to the group real quick?
The floor is yours.
I
She's never
had-
stopped you before.
I was speaking. This is precisely why I want to say
Go
something.
ahead, JB. I want to hear what you have to say.
I was speaking with. I'm sorry. I remember, but I just wanted you to remember. What was the cat lady's name back there?
Oh, Catty. Catcha.
Katja?
Catcha. C-A-T-J-A. Catcha.
Katja. And I came to a realization just now that each time we have a battle, which has been very frequent lately, we sometimes we are a little stressed out and anxious, and we say things we don't mean, and we kind of go by we, I mean I, and so it's a thing with me. Okay, I apologize. And I told her that I was impressed with how we have been coming together and working together in these most recent battles. I would like to ask Morthos if he has insight into what we have been doing and any improvements, seeing as how you have fought dragons previously and I have not.
Me neither.
If you have insight into further coming together and gelling of our group, because I have been more impressed recently. Anyone else think the same?
Well, you know me. I think we've been doing great. So, I mean, as good as we could hope for so far.
We're doing so good, guys. We're doing amazing. We are kicking butt. It is awesome, and we're winning.
And we're best friends.
Yeah.
As long as we don't have to fight a giant
My ancestors
crab.
are with us, and they go before us, and they go behind us, and they go beside us, and we just win. Yeah.
Yes, I have been quite impressed. Each of us has our own strengths, and if we keep playing to them, I believe we can go far.
I have to say, I've never
All right.
had friends before.
You don't say.
Well, someday I
What
hope
was
you
that all
do.
about?
Nothing.
You
That
beat
was
me
Bart.
to it.
Oh, that was Bart.
Sorry.
What did Bart say?
Bart said he loves you.
Did he know?
He did. And
I'd
I'm
like to
rolling
insight that.
deception. Go for it.
Okay.
I'm a plus 11.
Darn. Well, now we have to do it just for kicks.
Roll your deception and roll your insight. Get your strengths playing off each other.
22.
28. He said he loves you, and he's so happy you're part of this team.
I knew I liked you for a reason,
Oh,
Bart.
yeah.
All right.
Because I know you would never lie to me.
So you
I would-
find
I, Oliver, would
yourselves
never.
going through the forest. As you approach fields, the road kind of splits off down one path and continues on towards another. You do, as you go, find, not trying to be hidden, heavy footprints of gnolls that you've already seen and tracked before that head off in the direction that you presume is the farmhouse.
Do I see any hoof prints?
Roll a survival check.
Five.
You can't tell amidst the darkness and all the other footprints.
everybody here is a good berry for you, a good berry for you. We all get good berries.
Yay!
You all have one good berry. You have.
thank you.
You have 2 then, because you made 8. And
yeah.
in 10, you gave 2 away. So you have.
As we
Everybody
get,
gets coffee too.
Yes.
Oh, it's a
Coffee.
nice.
Oh, I
June
love
is
coffee.
excited.
I haven't had
Ale's
coffee in so long.
Ale's a celebration.
Oh, this is amazing! I love it so much!
Oh my gosh.
June chugs it all in one go and shaking again as she did before when she tried it previously.
and as I may
This is
suggest, we have been doing a wonderful job. Thank you again for acknowledging the good amongst the mistakes, the happy accidents, if you will.
That should be our name.
I think that I would agree with Mr. JB in our that battle right there. We did maybe even outperform ourselves a little bit in taking on a full fort of gnolls. We did.
Did you see the fireball?
I
It
saw
was
it.
epic.
I saw the remnants and explosion. I was behind a building. But did you see the troll that got loose? That was me. I did that.
Did you see me shoot things?
You did a great
I
job.
saw you get hit by a
I
ram.
saw you get knocked off the roof.
Maybe
That's what I saw.
It was
maybe
the sheep, that damn sheep.
maybe next time you can shoot and cover, duck and
Yes.
Yeah, like
Just
float
shoot-
like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yes,
Standing on the highest
just-
point in the battlefield is probably not the
well,
wisest.
it's good
Oh yes,
if you
to be
can.
an archer and have a vantage point is so
No,
stupid.
I would agree
Oh,
that was a
no.
good call, but maybe you take your many shots and then you
duck.
I
I just
believe-
need to learn that retreat thing. I'm just too bold.
Yes.
yeah,
I believe
you
the
are-
expression
you
is
I'm
do
too
great.
float-
bold for my own good.
Oh,
Float
don't
like a
worry. If you
butterfly,
don't
duck
learn,
like
I'm
a
sure
goose.
somebody will shove you off the roof again.
Yes.
It'll always
Is
be a
that
sheep.
not it?
Close enough.
That's what I was told. in
But
boxing
as we
lessons.
get closer,
We're taking the path off the road towards the farm now, or we're still on the road? Like,
You're-
how far away are we?
Continuing the road this way. And as you're having this conversation about fireballs and battling, you hear a incantation. And as you kind of turn behind you, there is a rustling in the forest as you watch in the darkness a fire red eye, kind of what looks to be an eye slit, emerges and then opens up, and through it steps a creature that has the body of a horse and has the 2 arms, and its head is of a humanoid, but it has thick horns that kind of almost flail out like blades that kind of go upwards, and the blades are kind of serrated at the edge. Its tail looks like a sword that is kind of flashing around as it has armor on its chest and on its body, and it kind of looks at you and lets out a roar and begins rushing towards you as a bolt of lightning is conjured in its arm, and it is
Excellent.
moving towards you.
That's cute.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Hooves and horns, it's Captain Tooth.
The real question is,
Remember, you have a modifier to add.
What? This whole time?
Okay, so as we move into combat, I'm going to change the music up.
Beautiful.
We had the winner of the first giveaway
Okay.
was a Josh Brobst.
Well done, well done. Congratulations on those dice. We're going to be giving away the 2 little dwarf and elf mini here shortly. If we get 3 new subscribers, then we will give away the Oni Mage as well. And so that, again, is our way of just saying thank you for those of you who are watching and a part of this awesome community. So stay tuned for the giveaway of those minis, which will happen here. And looks like we're going to be giving away the Oni Mage as well tonight. So thank you for those gifted subscriptions. And we are going to be giving away all 3 of them. So awesome. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you. And
Cool graphic.
we want to continue to just say thank you by giving away some more and more stuff. So thank you so much, all you guys, for just being a part of this community.
It's a cool graphic.
So,
Nice.
21 and 25.
Oh boy, this is great.
Oh, I got this.
16 to 20.
I got a 19.
I got a 19
Did
as well.
did you guys take your short rest and
Yes.
Yeah,
roll
we
hit
did.
die?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how many short rests did we get?
1 short rest.
We had the
Yeah.
while we were all milling around talking, we were.
I get it, Millen.
Got the but
I would
matter.
say since you only did some investigation in the beginning and not too much talking, you probably could have gotten in 2 short rests, 1 to identify the object and 1 to actually get your arcane recovery.
okay.
So 19s, anyone else in the 16-20 range? Okay. 11 to 15.
15.
11 as well.
Oof.
Oh no.
Someone roll for Ray,
We have
please.
a heroic action.
Someone roll for it.
Whopping 6.
Why?
And JB.
You want it?
7.
Okay, so Ray is at the back end here. As Rubius, you hear this galloping sound coming from your right. You turn as this creature emerges from this portal, seemingly to the abyss, as it comes out, roars at you, begins to conjure a lightning bolt in its hand, and is just galloping straight towards you at full speed.
I look at Ollie and I say, it's time.
I don't know what you mean, but yes.
I don't know what I mean either, but let's do this.
All right. Yes.
We're gonna act heroically.
Okay, so you're doing a heroic action, which is a little mechanic that we created with the hopper devices. So you guys are going to act as 1 turn, and if you hit with all, if 75% of your attacks hit, then your damage is upscaled to 1 damage die greater than it normally would be. And if you have a 50% rate of hit, then it's normal damage. And if you have less than 50%, then the damage is downscaled 1 damage dice. So you're acting together, and you are making your attacks together on this creature. So, Rubius and Ollie, what are you guys doing?
How close are we?
So, Oliver, you are here. It's about 20 feet away. Rubius, you are about 30 feet away.
Oliver would like to rage. I know he can't, but he would like to because he sees hooves and horns.
Yes.
And actually he smells it first.
Okay.
Wow.
And he turns around and he whips out both swords. He throws one into Bart's hand, or into Bart.
Yep.
Because he's got a sword tail, so
Yep.
Bart's gonna match him, sword tail for sword tail. And he's gonna start running at him.
Okay. So you begin rushing forward.
Yep.
To meet him directly.
Kinda.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to feint high and swipe at his legs to try to take him out at his feet so he goes face first and loses a foot.
Okay, very good. Rubius, what are you doing? You're making your attack kind of feint high and then attack low. Rubius?
Rubius is going to take 1 shot with his heavy crossbow,
Okay.
and then with lightning speed, he's going to whip out the hand crossbow.
Yep.
Fire 1 shot.
Yep.
Roll forward for effect, and then shoot another one.
Okay. So you rush forward.
Anticipating, with his battle awareness, anticipating his plan to topple it, is aiming low with an intention
Okay.
of trying to aim for the head.
So I need each of you to. So you make your 3 attacks and you make
I
your
just
1
did.
attack.
24.
My first attack,
Is that with any flourish?
It's going to be. I can decide after the fact.
That is indeed what you can do. You hit with your 24.
My first attack was a 24.
That
as well.
hits.
Second attack was a 21.
That hits.
And my third attack was a 29.
So all 4 of your attacks hit.
This is a perfect time to lie about your rolls.
That was literally what I just rolled.
So you're all 4 hit. You have 100% connection. So your damage die are all upscaled 1 damage die greater. So you might want to roll those because it's not going to let you do it just by clicking. You're going to have to probably roll those.
How about my?
Does that mean if it's D6s, they're D8s?
Wait,
Yes.
so I have a D10.
So that's so now it's a D12.
So if it's 2d8,
It's 2D10. Yep.
Do I get to upcast my flourish, which is going
Yes.
to be a mobile flourish? So
Yep.
that's a D10.
Yep.
I'm going mobile,
Okay.
so I get to roll a D8 and a D10.
Okay.
What about with saves? How does it work with saves?
That's part of the casting mechanism, and so it would be part of the success or fail number. All right, so Oliver, you rush up and you feint high and you slash low, taking out one of its front legs as it just buckles underneath it. Rubius, you shoot it in the chest as your main bolt plunges in. Then you roll forward as you fire off your 2 hand crossbows. Your magical ring, putting the magical bolt into the hand crossbow each time as you pull it back, firing forth as he kind of falls downward, and you hit him both in the top of the head, driving the bolts of energy deep into its skull. And you, what's your damage?
I did.
Well, with all 3 attacks,
Go for it.
It would be 25 damage.
25 points of damage. All right.
I did 11, and he moves back 10 feet, face
Okay.
first.
And so, as this happens, his front leg buckles. What?
No,
That was
he said
3
you
ones
can
in a
roll
row.
dice,
Yeah.
dude, and he rolled a 1.
His leg buckles, and then with the force of your flourish and of the bolts, he goes toppling backwards and kind of lands prone in right next to the portal that he came through. As the portal disappears, and he kind of hobbles back up to his feet.
I have movement still. Just so you
Okay, go. Where are you moving to?
Back.
Back.
Me as well.
Okay,
I'm
you
already
move
back.
back right there.
I have more movement because I used the mobile one.
Okay, where would you like to go?
Behind June.
Hey.
Like here?
In that gap between, it looks like Morthos, Rubius, and June.
So, okay, like
Yeah,
there.
somewhere right in there. Yes.
Okay, very good. As he stands up, he kind of his front right leg kind of buckles, and he takes the lightning javelin that he has and throws it forth. I need Rubius, June, Oliver, and Ray, and Morthos all to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, well, my reaction doesn't work with this, does it? The deflection.
This is a bolt of lightning.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Morthos, what'd you get?
11.
11. That fails. Someone roll for Ray, please.
6 plus. Oh, she has advantage.
She has advantage because she
She's
can see
coming.
it.
Yep. Oh gosh.
2
Dude.
6s.
Okay, so I
Both
believe
sixes?
that
Oh, gosh.
Ray also fails.
Did that look like a spell cast, or like he just?
That
had a
was
lightning
a-
bolt in his hand.
He kind of pulled a lightning bolt, and this seems to be
Hers will be half it, guys.
so her dex save is +2, so she gets an 8. That fails. Oliver?
Failed. 10.
Fails. June?
17.
That passes. And Rubius?
23.
23. Okay, so Morthos, Rubius, and June, you take 13 points of lightning damage.
Ooh.
Ray and Oliver, you take 26 points of lightning damage.
Got it.
Hers would be half. Right?
She is resistant to lightning. So the lightning bolt goes forth and it courses through each of your bodies as you're all kind of trying to still yourselves as your bodies convulse with the energy. Morthos, Rubius, and June, you're able to kind of duck and cover, but the tops of your bodies kind of take some of the energy. Ray catches it full on, but you watch as she kind of pushes through it, and it kind of comes out of her hands and is grounded into the earth beneath her as she resists the lightning. As June, you are now up.
Is my hair standing on end? Just for visual effect. Like complete chia pet.
No, you dodged it enough. It kind of grazed your shoulder as you ducked out of the way.
Okay. All right. June winces and shakes her hands with the sting off. Sees this thing there, and June's going to... That's about 30 feet of movement there.
Yeah.
To it.
Yep.
Yeah, June's going up, and...
That's 30 feet of movement to get there. So, June, you rush up to the creature.
Yep.
As its hands are now empty and it just has these razor-like claws that it's kind of bearing at you, ready to slash at you. Go ahead.
Can Stunning Strike be used with a quarterstaff? It just says melee weapon attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that is your monk weapon, so that counts.
Okay, cool. So, if it lands, we're going to try and do that.
Okay.
First attack is a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Okay. So then I'm also going to use...
Disadvantage?
Yeah, it also does have disadvantage because it's...
No, not yet. For his roll to see if he passes. We have one.
Sure. I don't know how strong this thing is, but...
Me neither.
Why not?
Okay.
He stood up, didn't he? Oh,
he is standing up, so I'm rolling disadvantage for the
Is that what we
Constitution save.
Yep.
Constitution save. That is a... +5 to his Constitution. Wow.
No, it's -5.
It's 13.
You fail! Woo! Yes, this is my moment.
As you rush up with your staff and as if a spear, you jab it directly into where you think his heart would be. It kind of finds the way through the armor and impacts directly on what would be its central collarbone, and its entire body
Oh yeah.
just goes stiff as it is stunned under the weight of your strike.
That is 13 points of damage for the first strike.
Okay. Now you have advantage on your next attacks.
Well, I most certainly do. Let us see what else. And for my second action, I am going to pull back again with this quarterstaff.
Yep.
Just being on this thing. And I have advantage, right? Yeah.
You do.
Ooh, that is a good thing I have advantage.
It's tilted.
Yeah. It was tilted, I would say.
Okay.
So
It's not at all.
it was not. What was the first one? A 2?
I didn't see it.
I think it was a 2. So that is a 10 to hit for the
That
second
one, you lean back
As
and
it's stunned, it can't
attack
move.
again with your staff. You kind of do a roundhouse twirl and come across its shoulder, and you catch it right in what would be like a shoulder pauldron, and it hits it cleanly but doesn't make its way through the armor. As you have a bonus action on arm strike if you care to take it.
Well, I also have a bonus action flurry of blows.
You can use another key point for a flurry of blows and make 2 unarmed strikes.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay, so you kind of center yourself and bam, bah, go with 2 palms against the kind of into its throat as your first attack.
Still using advantage, right?
So with advantage.
Yeah, so I rolled an 18 on the first one.
That
plus
hits?
8, so that hits anyway. Cool. Oh. That is 7 points of damage for that unarmed strike.
Okay. And the second attack
20 to hit.
hits.
And that is also 7 points of damage for that one.
Okay.
Atta girl
And
June.
so as you unleash your flurry of blows, poof, poof, there's a as its windpipe is
Chiropractic
just
care is
broken
integral.
underneath the weight of your blows, and it's there stuck still, kind of trying to breathe through the now broken windpipe.
So, the javelin that it threw at us, the javelin is like beyond us now.
There's
right?
no.
It's gone.
It was just a
Oh,
pure
it's just
bolt of lightning.
Okay, I
Yep.
thought you said javelin. So I'm just going to smirk at
Holding
it.
it like a javelin. Yeah.
I'm going to smirk at it and then go back as far with the rest of my movement.
Okay, so you move. You have 40 feet of movement, right?
Well, I had 50 feet total. of
50.
movement.
Okay.
Yep. So night back to where.
Okay, so you moved up 30 feet and back 20 feet as June unloads on this guy. Morthos, you are now up.
Morthos will run 20 feet right in front of June.
Okay, right here.
Yep. And as he's kind of running up again, you'll kind of see Sola just kind of continue to run forward, full bore, arms behind her, just headlong right into the beast, and basically just wail away.
Okay, make your attacks with advantage.
It was a 25 and a 26.
They both hit.
So it would be a total of 21 damage.
21 damage. And so as Sola rushes forth and kind of runs straight, she leaps into the air and goes into basically a flying drop kick. And her foot meets the chest of the creature and just plows right into it about 6 inches as you watch as its chest just caves in, and she grabs the creature by the face and just breaks its neck as it is stuck stiff, but you watch as its body just kind of is no longer straining against the tension and goes still.
Kill shot.
Woo! June shakes her hand and goes, "Huh, barely an inconvenience."
Beat piece.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Oliver, that was pretty cool.
What's
It
that?
was pretty cool.
Are we still in combat?
You are.
Oh, none of that happens.
Killing
It's
your
still
own?
an inconvenience.
I would do a medicine check
On what?
on the thing. See if it's like.
Okay. Roll a medicine
did.
check.
You like that? It worked. 22.
Okay. Make sure you're speaking to the mic.
Oh.
22.
It looks
Super dead.
stunned and as rigor mortis had already set in from the strike, but its body is still.
Do I hear anything around us?
Roll a perception. This is your action.
That's fine with me. Which one did I just roll that with? That was a good roll.
Yep,
Make
that
sure
one.
you tell us what you find.
How about a passive 21?
Yeah.
Love it.
With your dark vision
I don't have dark vision, but I can see.
given to you by JB,
Oh, yeah.
you look around and hiding behind a tree, kind of muttering another incantation,
That's what I was classic.
is the knoll, the female knoll that fled. That she's in the middle of another incantation.
Attack up on that way.
And I point through the trees.
I think that's that mean old witchy knoll.
I think that's that.
JB, you're up.
Witchy woman.
All right. Okay.
I'm casting a spell.
All right. Okay. Okay.
I'm just imagining that's what JB is doing.
Things have
he's
changed.
mentally going through his catalog.
Going
Mhm.
6 seconds of.
Uh-huh.
Everyone else checks their social media scroll.
It's like he's reading a menu.
Yeah. I had that last week.
What do we got, JB?
I need to get in vision of her. He's pointed to the trees,
He
right?
pointed to the trees, yes.
I'm gonna move 30 feet up. Is there a path I can see through, like right in front of her?
The path that's clear is over ahead, which you barely see on the edge of your dark vision.
Do I think
You
that
do
if
see
I
it-
move
think as it
around to
going.
where Sola is, I could see her?
Roll a perception check.
Favorite. 8.
Yeah, it looks like there's a clearing near Sola with the glow of her body emitting the radiant light around her. You can kind of see what looks to be a clearing in the trees.
Oh, that's nice. Good. Then
Convenient.
she actually gives off radiant light. I'll move.
Till he learns how to control it.
Is the portal, the Eye of Sauron,
good for
open
now.
still over here?
This portal has disappeared.
I'll move over to see her. 30 feet.
You can get right up to the edge, and you strain your eyes to see. Roll another perception check.
Airball.
You can roll dice, you know.
6.
You hear her, but you don't see her.
You know you can roll dice online.
All right. What are you doing? Anything else?
Well, I have to think now. Every 5 seconds, the situation changes. I'm going to... Jeez Louise. How do real wizards do this? Like, how do they keep track of this stuff? I'm going to, double move.
Okay.
Just until I can see this creature. It took that... Oh. Oh, out of nowhere she appears! Alright, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay. You watch as around the corner she's there behind a tree, and she's muttering an incantation, the same one that you heard before, and it looks like she's drawing power from a set of stones that have been set up.
Oh.
That there are 2 pillars, and then there is a central set of rocks that are in basically 2 pillars with another one over the top of it, much like Stonehenge, right? So there's the 2 side pillars and then the central pillar, and there is a portal in the middle of the central 2 pillars with the cross section that she is drawing power from as she casts the incantation, and it is now
like a spell.
Yes, like a spell.
Perfect. I'm sure it's higher than level 3.
And as Ray looks around, she's like, "What's going on? Ancestors be with me!" As she kind of, there's a explosion of energy around her as these bluish, purplish swirls of energy emerge as she goes into a rage, and she kind of rushes forward, and then she kind of stops, waiting for whatever may come near her, and is readying her attack as Rubius is up.
All right, well, I'm gonna go up to where Soul is at and try.
But
to
you
get...
rolled a 19?
Huh?
Okay, it's at 20 that this one goes.
Perfect.
The top of the round. And as she finishes her
I'm
incantation...
sorry to interrupt, but...
She points...
I'll try to cancel this.
And go ahead and roll your counterspell.
Oh, I have to roll something?
Actually doing it before the spell, that's awesome.
So
Is it higher than level 3?
It is higher than level 3.
You have to roll then?
Yeah, if it's higher than level 3, then he has to roll.
So make an ability check using... Oh, intelligence.
Think you're pretty smart.
And it's an ability check. Alright. Okay. Come on, baby. An ability check. It turns into a 16.
16. As she points her hand forward, and the eye begins to emerge in front of Ray, and you watch as another creature begins to step through. And as it does, Rubius utters his own incantation. JB utters his own incantation, and and the eye slit
Level 10 spell.
closes back up as
Sliced in
the
half.
front leg of the creature is almost severed, as it kind of is left there.
Go, JB.
Don't you cheer for me. You were just telling me I suck.
No one was telling you suck. I
Where's
just
your
said you,
damage spell?
I just said you have none.
As the gnoll looks wide-eyed back at you, JB, and begins running.
No!
They can't get
Away.
enough away from me.
It is now Rubius's turn.
I'm gonna saunter over by Sola.
Okay.
Can I see it?
Roll a perception check.
14.
You have dark vision.
Yes, I do.
It is just within 60 feet. You barely see it as it's about to
That's all I
leave
need.
the edge of your
I'm
vision.
gonna shoot her with my heavy crossbow.
Yep. Go ahead and make your attack.
The 21 to hit.
Hits.
And that shot is going to do 10 damage.
Okay, very good.
Just a little parting gift.
As the gnoll takes a shot in the back, as it kind of stumbles a bit, and you have your second attack.
Yeah, this one has to be with the hand crossbow.
Yep. Which means it's
which
at
is
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yep.
The first one is a 20.
As
Second one is a 17.
they both hit. As the two bolts are.
No, I'm sorry. That was my first rolls on the first one. I was just.
Oh.
looking at the- I'm sorry. So the first one is my lowest is a 17.
17 hits.
Okay, good. And then the second one is 15.
15 does not hit.
It's only
As
one hits.
you aim and you steady yourself, take the shot, you pull the string back and your ring emits another shot, and as it's going behind a tree, you and it kind of hits the tree. The energy kind of sticks for a moment and then dissipates as you make one of your attacks. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Another 10 damage.
Okay. And it kind of stumbles again as it gets behind the tree, and it is now Ollie's turn.
It's that thing all the way at the top of the page, right? Our screen.
Yes, just barely at the top of the screen here is where it is.
Okay. I'm gonna move up till I have vision of it.
Roll a perception check. That's 30 feet of movement. You have 40?
Yep.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
6.
You hear it, but it's just around the edge of the bushes, and you don't have a clear sight on it, but you do hear her wincing in pain as the bolts are peppering it from behind.
Okay, I don't have to be exact. I'm gonna thunder wave it.
Okay.
15-foot cube.
Yeah, how's that feel? How about them apples?
That's
Oh wait, I can't. It's a self.
Yep.
Oh, I have to
It's
do it.
from yourself. So it would be like here. She would be out of range.
Okay. I thought it was something I could. I
You
was
can
thinking shatter. Forget
You
it.
can see to the edge of the tree line, and you know that that's 15 feet, and you don't see her in that range, so you would know that it would be a waste.
Okay, so I have a general idea of where she is, but I do not see her. I am going to hold an action.
Okay.
Can I hold a cantrip?
Sure.
I'm going to hold a vicious mock for if I make eye contact with her.
Okay, very good. June, you are up. As you hear commotion going on the other side of the tree line, and you don't see anything. You see Ray kind of holding her hammer ready to go. Oliver has dashed off, and JB has disappeared inside the tree line, but you don't see any sign of an enemy.
How far around the bend can my 50 feet of movement get me?
Going this way?
Whichever way's quicker, which I imagine it's the right.
Right there.
Okay.
You direct 10 feet in front of JB.
Alright, we're gonna go there. I am fueled by the coffee I consumed.
Okay, and so you rush up, you find the breach in the trees, and you quickly take the corner and just dash forward, jumping over a rock in the way, and you very lithely get past JB, and you see the gnoll seeking to escape into the woods before you.
So, logistically speaking, Step of the Wind just gives me bonus dash, but I can't take an action beyond that. It's just a bonus action.
So you've
to
used your
dash.
movement. You
Yeah.
can use Step of Winds to use a bonus action to dash. You would still have your attack action, which would be 2 attacks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're doing that.
Okay, so you use a key point, and
think I could
that's your
attack that.
3rd key point used.
Yep.
As you rush up to the knoll, and go ahead and make your 2 attacks
With the quarterstaff.
with your quarterstaff. Yep.
Oh, -1.
Okay, that's a 10 to hit for the first one.
10 does not hit.
No, it doesn't. I have a +8. How does this happen?
Nope.
It's a 13.
13 does not hit. As you rush forth, you just barely get up to it, and you swing, and
Good lord.
your quarterstaff catches in some of the branches and is thrown off. You come around and try to sweep its feet out from underneath it, and it's able to jump over your attack and kind of continue off wide-eyed, seeking to get away from you. As Morthos, you are up.
All right, Morthos, seeing everyone run through the trees, he'll run 10 feet in front of Rubius, turn the corner, see JB ahead of him, continue to move another 25 feet ahead.
There you go. You are 20 feet away from... Yep.
So Morthos will then use his bonus action to put Sola 15 feet in front of him, and then command her to move 10 more feet to flank with June.
Okay.
Yeah.
So technically you're off the map, but you are directly opposite the caster.
At which point, then she will take her attack.
Go ahead and make your attacks. As you're flanking, you have advantage.
22 for the first one.
22 hits.
And that is maxed at 13.
Good job.
Nice.
Punch her in the face hard.
Super hard.
And
Back
that would be
into
a
my loving
19 for the
arms.
second one.
19 also hits.
Oh.
That one sucked. It's a
Minimize.
6. And I
The
will
minimum.
action surge and do it again.
And a boy.
Okay, make your 2 attacks.
22,
Hits.
Hope we don't get ambushed later.
10,
10
Damage.
damage.
We're not at the farm yet.
Oh no.
25 for the second one.
Hits. And the last bit of damage.
Roll another one. 6.
Okay, so you rush up and you call Sola, which she emerges right in next to June, and then runs through the tree branches, them not even affecting her, as she plops herself down in front of the knoll and poof, 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 and then follows with a final kind of roundhouse kick to the back of the neck as the knoll is just knocked all around, and she is just staggered, trying to get away as she looks around wide-eyed and is clearly seeking to find any means of escape. Killian.
My buddy's making weird noises. I'll let one rip right at the end of this.
How,
And I want
how
Taco
is
Bell.
this wizard taking such a
What do we got,
pounding,
Killian?
but our wizard's like...
Can I get right in front of Rubius?
Yes, you can. You see several of your comrades in a line ahead of you. You have 60 feet. And just barely see, just ahead of June, the outline of the knoll. What do we got? Killian.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Okay. So the moonbeam comes down. And I need to roll a save.
What?
Oh, that's not the healing circle. That's the murder. That's the murder.
That's the murder circle.
Murder circle.
But yeah.
Murder.
Is it a dex save? That is a 6.
I just don't want to go into
So
the
it
sea.
takes 3d10.
3d10.
What does it look like when he summons it?
3d10.
So as
Pretty cool.
he holds out his hands, his fingers each begin to glow a kind of ghostly white, and he holds up to the sky as he utters his incantation. The clouds part, and the moon shines forth as a beam is summoned downward, and like a spotlight going on that is blinding. You watch as the flesh of the knoll begins to melt away under the radiant energy of the beam doing, as she holds up her eyes as she is melted away, kind of Raiders of the Lost Ark style, and she melts completely under the force of the beam,
I was gonna have to kill June to get to him.
and
you
you
say that?
are out of combat.
Rubius goes to the puddle.
Oh.
Where are your friends at?
Yeah.
And as Rubius rushes up and screams at the puddle of flesh and gore and ichor, we're going to pick up there next week as we continue this little story arc. And so if you are enjoying the story, we appreciate you being a part of our little community here. We would certainly encourage you to follow the channel, and each week we tell the next little branch of the story. And each Tuesday night at 7:30, we stream live, and all the past episodes are up on YouTube, so you can catch up or watch at your leisure. We certainly would also encourage you to check out our Instagram, which has a bunch of cool content and some of the minis that we use and some of the character art and things like that. That's LDR_DM that you can check out on Instagram. And we have a Twitter, @LootDieRepeat, as we put fun clips up there and other little giveaways and things like that. And we certainly would encourage you to just continue to support us because we really appreciate it. We love telling a story that you guys enjoy watching. And again, as a way of saying thanks, we have these giveaways, and we're going to give away the final 3 minis as we, for those of you who are here, if you would like to have your opportunity to win the elf and the dwarf and the Oni mage, then type into the chat right now,
Trifecta.
!melted. !melted, MELTED, and we will
In your mouth, not in
randomly
hand.
select one of the entrants. So !melted, and stick around in the chat after we go off air because we will announce the winner. And again, just as our way of saying thank you, we really continue to do these giveaways and appreciate you being here as part of this fun little community. So with that, we appreciate you again, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night here on Twitch at 7:30 when we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Cheers, everyone.